Field mic.
The Oologah Mustang Network is on the air.
Rod Henry Construction has been in the business of installing and manufacturing septic tanks and aerobic systems for over 10 years. At Rod Henry Construction, we take pride in providing quality service and products at a reasonable rate. We're proud members of the Home Builders Association and the Better Business Bureau. You can visit our website at rhcinc.net. The customer is always our top priority. Rod Henry Construction is a family-owned and operated business with strong Christian values that will ensure our work for manufacturing and installation of aerobic and septic systems, service and
The Oologah Mustang Network is on the air. And this is Mustang Football.
Let's go!
And now, here's your host, Brent Kellogg, Kevin Hogue, and Blake Salt.
Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to Oologah High School tonight as the Cleveland Tigers have come to town. I want to do you a little bit of history lesson. I know Blake loves history. In 1910, there was a gentleman by the name of H.L. Hall, and he was the principal of Shawnee High School in Shawnee, Oklahoma, and he initiated a move to organize an athletic association to help schools develop, administer interscholastic athletics. He was joined by Dr. H.H. Cloudman, who was the physical director. We would today call that the activities director of Oklahoma City Schools. And so in the spring of 1911, the Oklahoma Education Association sent representatives from several schools all across the state, and the Oklahoma High School Athletic Association was born, with representatives from Guthrie, Tulsa, Blackwell, Shawnee, and Oklahoma City really leading the charge on that. In 1962, they changed the name to the Oklahoma Secondary Schools Activities Association. They brought band and speech and music and debate and drama and all those competitions in under its wing. Now there's 484 member schools that divide high school competitions into 9 different class size, if you will, and the lower classes really carry the heavier load. For example, 5A has 32 member schools, but 2A has 64. Class A has 63 member schools, so the smaller those districts, they have more schools that are in that classification size. Those 484 school members then are broken down into individual regional districts. For example, Class A has 8 districts. For us at 4A, there's actually only 4 districts across the state of Oklahoma that compete in 4A activities. 4A3, that's our district. 8 of those teams, and only 4 of those 8 have a chance to qualify to make the playoffs. That could eventually lead to a state championship. To make the playoffs, you got to beat 4 district opponents.
Yes, sir.
Basically go 4-3 in district. And that campaign begins tonight for the Oologah Mustangs. We've gone 1-2 in what they would call pre-district play. We've played some really tough opponents. We're going to kind of talk about that schedule in just a little bit. But tonight, this is really where wins and losses begin to matter, because this is what begins district play. And Cleveland, that has been in our district for a long time, they've come to town tonight. And Kevin, Blake, it's time. Hello, everybody. My name is Brent Kellogg, joined by Kevin Hogue, our high school principal. He's our color analyst. And on the sideline is Blake Salt. Gentlemen, there's just an air of excitement in the air tonight.
Absolutely. We've had a week off, obviously playing with 0 week. Couple that with playing a district opponent, and, man, I'm excited. I know the players are excited. Coaching staff is excited this week to get after it.
Blake, you're down on the sidelines. There's something special about Friday nights when the lights come on, and especially when you get to district play. You want to win every game. You want to be Collinsville. You want to be Claremore. But there's just something that carries a little bit of weight yet excitement to it when you get ready to go into district play.
Yes, and this game right here has a lot of potential to start some good momentum in district play. You know, your first one right out of the box. We've got 2 weeks off. We're going to get a chance to come out and get a win tonight and start districts in the right way.
It's a beautiful night in Oologah, Oklahoma. We got a lot to do. When we come back, we're going to talk to head coach Darren Wagner. The Stallion Battalion is forming up. They'll be playing the national anthem here in about 14 minutes. And it is the Advanced Homes Tailgate Show. We're going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we will visit with head coach Darren Wagner. It's all that and more on the Advanced Homes Tailgate Show right here on the Mustang Network.
Hello, Mustang family. Like most schools across the state, we are in need of more bus drivers, whether you're a full-time bus driver or just a part-time bus driver.
If you're interested, you can contact Jeff Cluck at the number below, and he will give you the details on how to get certified to drive a bus.
Also, bus drivers, their starting rate of pay is $19.20.
bank is
At
community.
Advanced Homes, we embrace your individual style and work hard to design a home that fits you and your family. With over 25 years in the home building industry, Brian has an excellent ability to take your individual ideas and turn them into amazing blueprints that become your dream home. Advanced Homes is built on a lifelong influence of family in the construction, real estate, and land development industry. Our business is founded on a family orientation that exemplifies quality workmanship, value, confidence, and Christian values. With Advanced Homes, your custom-built home will be one of a kind. Give us a call about our new gated community, Captiva Point, with new secluded 10-acre plots. Captiva Point is located on Lou Ridge Road with 5 boat ramps within 5 to 15 minutes. Advanced Homes. Give us a call today at 918-855-6597 or check out all of our properties on Facebook or our website, advancedhbi.com. Advanced Homes. We don't just build houses, we help you build the home you've always dreamed of. At Advanced Homes, we embrace your individual style and work. At Advanced Homes, we embrace your
Well, hey everybody, welcome back to the Advanced Homes Tailgate Show. It's time for that conversation with Coach Wagner. Coach, you kind of get a week off to kind of catch your breath. You call it a bye week. So we're getting ready for district play. Sometimes it gives you an opportunity to kind of work on some stuff. So how did that go for you guys?
Yeah, it's a good spot. You know, when we decided to change the schedule a year ago, we play such a tough non-district schedule. And when we went into week 4 last year, we were a little bit of a beat-up football team. We had Collinsville, Claremore, Hilldale back-to-back, and then you get thrown in the district. So playing the 0-week game against Fort Gibson came early, but then that week 3, what is supposed to be week 3, we get a little bit of a break. We try to get some guys healed up, and we get to work on some things that we want to improve going in the district. So we just tried to focus on us for the most part. We were also able to do some install. We got some wrinkles put in that can be used in district. If we don't need them against Cleveland, we won't use them. But it's kind of like identifying what are some things that we need to do, where do we need to head, and then try to use that time to capitalize on it. And that's special teams, offense, defense, the whole thing. We're able to get hit on it and feel good about it.
So you come out of kind of pre-district 1 and 2, and man, a couple of those games kind of just, you wish better, but you still have everything in front of you. I mean, what really matters for 4A ball is what takes place in district. So what's the energy level of the coaching staff and the players?
Well, I think it's really high. Our kids realize we play a tough non-district schedule. I mean, Collinsville just happens to be on a heck of a run right now. You know, Claremore's a game where we feel like we probably won 80% of the snaps and then gave up a few big ones. The next week they turn around and beat Hilldale, number 4 in 4A, by 17 points. So we're not sitting there feeling sorry for ourselves because we're sitting here at 1 and 2. We realize those are some bigger schools and they got some pretty good teams, and there's a lot of positives to take from it. And now as we get ready to go in our district, we feel like we're prepared really well.
So Cleveland comes to town. They kind of typically hover in that top half of the district. How do you feel about tonight?
Well, they've had a bye week too, so there's a little bit of nervousness there. We introduced Cleveland last week, so we kind of split the week working on Cleveland and then focusing on us. We also know that with any coach with 2 weeks' time, they're probably sitting at home drawing on napkins, and we're going to get some stuff that we haven't seen on film so far. And so we've tried to revisit the last couple years as far as formations and plays and stuff like that, and then also what they've done this year. In the past, they've liked to spread it quite a bit, a lot of doubles and trips and empty formations like that. And then this year, they're a little bit different with some 3-back sets and things like that. So we prepared for all of it. We're not 100% what they're going to show Friday night, but at the end of the day, we're going to line up and be ready to roll.
It's awesome. We will be back. We'll go through our starting lineups and who you got. All that and more coming up on the Advanced Homes Tailgate Show on the Mustang Network.
At Advanced Homes, we embrace your individual style and work hard to design a home that fits you and your family. With over 25 years in the home building industry, Brian has an excellent ability to take your individual ideas and turn them into amazing blueprints that become your dream home. Advanced Homes is built on a lifelong influence of family in the construction, real estate, and land development industry. Our business is founded on a family orientation that exemplifies quality workmanship, value, confidence, and Christian values. With Advanced Homes, your custom-built home will be one of a kind. Give us a call about our new gated community, Captiva Point, with new secluded 10-acre plots. Captiva Point is located on Lou Ridge Road with 5 boat ramps within 5 to 15 minutes. Advanced Homes. Give us a call today at 918-855-6597 or check out all of our properties on Facebook or our website, advancedhbi.com. Advanced Homes. We don't just build houses, we help you build the home you've always dreamed of.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Advanced
At
Home Tailgate
Advanced
Show.
Homes,
The Cleveland Tigers have come to town tonight. It is the first district game for the Mustangs in this 2022 campaign. There's a lot riding on this game. We've already talked about that. Great to hear from Coach Wagner a little bit. They're kind of excited. They're excited about tonight. They're excited about how they feel. I mean, I know got off to a great start at Fort Gibson, but then, man, it got really tough. You played 2 5A schools, and by the way, just by population alone, Claremore is the 3rd largest 5A school. It wasn't that long ago they were a 6A school.
Correct. They're almost 3 times our size. And honestly, we came away from that game feeling like we should have won.
Right.
Just gave up too many big plays. We got to clean that up, and we've had a couple weeks to do that. So I feel like it's kind of like you're coming out of training camp. We're tired of hitting each other. We're ready to hit some Cleveland Tigers.
Collinsville returning 5A state championship. My personal opinion, I think they're going to make a run. I'm not predicting they're going to win a state championship, but they could.
Absolutely.
I think their coaching staff feels good about their chances. The guys that I talk about into the industry with Grant Merrill and so on and so forth, Collinsville's really excited. Our pre-district games were just really hard games. So now you get into the teams that have the same daily enrollment that you have, the same size rosters that you have, and so just excited about this. Let's talk real quick about our starting lineups on offense tonight. On the offensive line, right tackle is 55 junior Jackson Gill. Right guard number 71, senior Corey Eaton. At center, he really does kind of hold the glue of that line together. Number 54, senior Colin Schrader. And it's been fun watching the team. Colin's kind of stepped into a leadership role as a senior.
Absolutely, and that's expected. He's been around and gotten a lot of snaps. Remember when I first came here, him running around on the sidelines being ball boy. But, he's a big part of what we do on both sides of the ball.
We would normally have left guard number 70, Braden Langben. He is out for sure this week with an injury, and then we'll go from there and see. So starting in his place is sophomore number 50, Warren Pierce. And then at left tackle number 64, he's a sophomore as well. That's Bryce Byers. But when you talk to the coaching staff, they're really excited about Bryce and his future as a Mustang.
Yeah, he has a lot of potential, and that sometimes can be a bad word. But for him, in his case, he's a sophomore. He'll be the biggest frame kid we have, and as he continues to fill out and get snaps, he's just going to get better and better. A
couple of tight ends. Sophomore Gavin Salt do a lot of that lifting. He's 4 completions for 27 yards in that tight end spot. Second half, you'll see Rafe Tackett as well. In the receiver group, senior A.J. Streeter, 4 completions for 83 yards this season. Senior Braxton Moore, 9 completions, 164. Braxton actually leading our receiver corps with catches and yards. Sophomore Jackson Burchett, he's the speedster, 3 completions for 28 yards. And then sophomore Brad Hoisington, you'll see him. He's got a couple of completions for 27 yards.
Sure, and I think we're going to need to see that group play better. And what I mean by that is just take advantage of plays when they're there. Obviously, we run the ball, and we do that pretty well. But we need to hit some bigger plays and pull some of those linebackers and safeties down off the line.
Yeah, we're going to talk about just offense and what's worked for us to this point, but you're going to have to make some adjustments here in just a second. In the backfield, junior Ashton Wright, he's kind of the spark plug for the offense, just carrying some great energy, 72 carries, 426 yards so far this season, averages 5.9 yards a carry. You'll see Nate Morrow, he's got 16 carries on the season for 90 yards, 5.6 yards per carry, and then you'll see Gavin Salt as well. At quarterback, Joseph, we call him JoJo Griswold, 28 completions on 47 attempts. So his quarterback completion ratio is right at 60%. He's passed for a total of 407 yards and 4 touchdowns. He's rushed for 199 yards and carried the ball in the end zone for 3 touchdowns. Our kickers, you'll see Jackson Burchett kick it off, and then Nate Morrow does the field goal PAT. Sometimes they mix that up just a little bit. On defense, Colin Schrader at the nose. You'll see Bryce Byers. He'll do double duty, and at times you'll see Rafe Tackett also on the defensive line. The linebackers, Ty Cherry, Tyler Stovald, and then you'll see a strong side linebacker in Gavin Salt. That inside linebacker, Jade Tanner, and then Nate Morrow plays that as well. So you noticed I've said some names twice.
Absolutely.
Just at 4A, you're going to have guys that have to play both ways. It's not 100 degrees, so that energy management is still a thing, but it's just not as big of a thing.
Absolutely, and it was ironic. This week I heard the Booker T coach, and this is no shade to him, but he was talking about the situation they're in with numbers. They've lost some people, and they're having to play both ways, and he called it kind of a 5A problem, and made me think of us. I'm like, we've been doing that for years
It's
around
not a
here.
problem. That's life.
Yeah, it's just, it is what it is. And
Absolutely.
as it starts to get cooler and as we get more kids reps, it should be less and less of a problem, hopefully.
Our free safety, and really kind of you would call the quarterback of the defense, the leader of that team, is senior A.J. Streeter. At corners, you'll see Ashton Wright, Brad Hoisington. You'll see Jackson Burchett and Braxton Davis. Those guys have to run a lot of steps. So if they're receivers, they're running a lot of steps when they're on offense, but when they're in the secondary, they're going step for step with receivers. And so he does like to rotate a lot of guys in to make an attempt to keep fresh legs and give yourself a shot in the fourth quarter.
Absolutely. We've seen Joseph come in. He obviously did a great job as a sophomore, and then as a junior came in as a starting quarterback. We saw less of him in that corner position, but it's a role, quite frankly, he excels at. So we've been using him this year. We feel like we're in a better spot overall with the roster. So, we're going to rotate some guys in. We've been saying it all year. We have more kids making plays, and that's what it's going to be about tonight.
When we come back, we're going to talk about keys to the game, what do the Mustangs need to do tonight to give themselves a chance at success, and then one of my favorite segments, Who You Got? And so we're going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we'll do all that, kick off the national anthem, and more right here on the Mustang Network. Don't go anywhere.
Here at Oologah High School, we have a rich tradition of things we're proud of, both inside and outside of the classroom.
Like our presidential scholar, 2018 grad Jamie Morara.
And our 15 Oklahoma academic All-Staters.
Our 32 team state championships.
And our 151 All-State athletes.
And our 116 individual state champions.
And our 32 American FFA degree recipients.
And our 112 state FFA degree recipients.
Mustang family, don't miss a minute of live Mustang action or info about events or happenings at Oologah High School. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow our high school Facebook page today.
RCB Bank is community. RCB Bank is friendly customer service. RCB Bank is trusted. RCB Bank is here to help. RCB Bank is yesterday, today, and tomorrow. RCB Bank is everywhere you need us to be. We are RCB Bank. Open an account online today to see why our customers always say, RCB Bank, that's my bank.
Well, welcome back to Mustang Field. It is a beautiful Friday night in September. Hello, everybody. I'm Brent Kellogg along with Kevin Hogue down on the sideline. The very sporting Blake Salt with a mustache, and we're going to have to get a camera shot of that because I'm telling you, Blake, it's looking awful fetching down there.
I appreciate it.
Our young Blake's growing up on us.
Yeah,
He's growing up.
Hey, guys, before we get into the national anthem stuff, let's talk a little bit about what the Mustangs need to do tonight to find success. Kevin, just your thoughts on what are the kind of that keys to the win for the Mustangs tonight?
I think for us it's on the defensive side of the ball, and it's twofold. I think we need to tackle better. That's kind of been a theme throughout, and as we played tougher competition, it's cost us more and more. And then we have to limit the big play. I felt like last time we played, not last week, we dominated 90% of the snaps, but those 10% caused us to lose the game because it was just big play after big play. We have to do a better job at that.
Blake, what about you? What do the Mustangs need to do tonight to find that success?
I have a lot of belief in this young Mustang team, and I really think they just need to play up their potential. You know, I think they have their ceilings really high, and at times it seems like our floor can be low, but if we can get to where that gap is a little closer and we can play to our strengths and we can really use the talents on this football team, we'll have a really good night tonight.
I spent last night a considerable time just going through our first three games, just looking at stats, because stats can be very telling of what's going on. So as I kind of backed up and looked at the bigger picture of that, I realized that we need to find a passing game. So we have 1147 total passing yards, 1,147 not passing yards, total yards combined. 700 of that or more has come on the ground through rushing it. Yeah. So, like, we only have 149 passing yards, and we've got some guys. Now, again, there's been times the ball hit him in the hand, it fall through. So some of that is on JoJo. A lot of that's going to be on the receivers. when your number gets called, when they throw the ball your direction, stick them on your glove, hang on to it. But I think from here on out, moving forward, your next 7 games, you're going to have to find a passing game to stay balanced in your offense.
Absolutely. You read those stats earlier, and it was very telling. Hearing some of those numbers for our receivers, this should be better. So I expect to see that. Like you said, a lot of times when you're out there, you're on an island, so to speak. It's 1v1, and we got to find a way to make that play.
We are going to go live to the stadium and get ready for our national anthem, and you will join PA announcer Ken Jensen.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem performed by the Oologah High School Stallion Battalion Marching Band under the direction of John Matthews and Dave Smith.
Sound of the Stallion Battalion as they lead us in tonight's national anthem. I got to tell you, that's one of the things I love about Friday nights when everybody's in the stands and the flag's in the air and you hear that national anthem. It's just a beautiful sight and a beautiful sound as well.
100% love hearing our band, and they got a competition tomorrow. One thing I learned when I came here, we do not compete in our own competition because we pay the judges.
Yeah.
But we will perform at 9 o'clock right here tomorrow night. It's kind of late, but it's a great night. If you want to come see our band, support them, come for 15, 20 minutes, see our band. Clap for them, and they get ratings, but they don't.
Sure.
They're not a part of the contest.
Yeah,
so.
and you don't want to go win your own competition.
Yeah,
per
I
se.
do.
So, but exactly, it's an early day. I think the first band will march at like 9 o'clock tomorrow.
Yeah, it's a long day.
And then they will go until like 4:30. They'll take a break. Judges have an opportunity to go grab dinner, and then I think 5:30, 6 o'clock, the finals will begin. And after all the bands have marched in those finals, then our band marches an exhibition.
Yeah.
So it's going to be awesome. So, hey, guys, let's talk about who you got. Who do you expect tonight to have a big night for the Mustangs? Blake, we'll start with you down on the sideline. Who you got?
All right, so I'm going to pick one of my 2 favorite football players on the team. Number 27, Gavin Salt. I think he's going to have a big one. I think he's going to have a big one on the offensive side of the ball, and I think he's going to have a big one on the defensive side of the ball.
I like that, Blake. I think he needs to be a bigger part of the passing game. When we've seen him out in the flats as an H-back, he's done a great job, and he does a good job running after the catch. I'm going to change it up. I'm going to take a unit. I'm going to take our secondary. And it goes back to those 2 points I made on defense. We have to tackle better. We had a lot of people miss a lot of tackles against Claremore in Collinsville, and then we have to limit the big play. They cannot get behind us tonight.
Yeah, I'm going to go with A.J. Streeter, and I think A.J. will have a great night tonight on both sides of the ball because you will see him some on defense. Again, he plays in that free safety. They like him on the field on defense because he's seeing coverage and making adjustments. But I kind of expect him to have some big plays on offense tonight. When you look at his catches, he's the deep ball guy.
Sure.
Like most of his catches are 20 yards or plus because he only has like 4 receptions, but he's got a lot of yards. I'm anticipating Braxton Moore has done a lot of the lifting for the receiver corps, but I just kind of think tonight that JoJo and AJ are going to connect, and I'm just kind of expecting AJ to. That's who I got. I'm
anxious to see AJ. A little fun fact: I know he's in the last 2.5 weeks he's taken the time off to really focus on his body, get his body healthy, but also Lou, he's lost over 10 pounds. So he's wanting to get faster and lighter, and he's really committed himself to doing that. So I'm expecting big things out of him, too.
I know when I lose 10 pounds.
I need to lose 10 pounds.
I can run a little bit faster.
I found his 10 pounds.
Yeah, wherever he lost him, I absolutely found him. The Mustangs like tempo. But that's a little bit hard on your guys as you want to play 4 full quarters. So I would anticipate Oologah to go tempo in the kind of jump out on top of Cleveland. If you can go tempo for the first quarter, maybe first quarter and a half, and once you've got control of the ball game, I can see them slowing it down and really relying on the running game.
Absolutely. It's still muggy and hot outside, but as you can see on the field, the vast majority of the field's already in the shade. So it should be easier to do what we like to do, and that's to go fast. We'll be aided a little bit by just being later on in the season. So
yesterday was absolutely so beautiful.
Yeah,
I mean, I was up here late. There was like little Mustang football going. People were in jackets and blankets.
Yes.
And tonight is not that way. 88 is the temperature at game time, and it's still a little bit muggy. Not a lot of breeze. Like the flag's just kind of dangling out there. That could pick up as the sun goes down, but beautiful night for high school football as the Cleveland Tigers have come to town. It is our first district game.
Absolutely. Love their uniforms. They got the little flash of gold. Really like what we're doing tonight in the all blue with the gold helmets, Blake. I think that looks really sharp. We don't get this look a lot, or at least I don't remember it, but I like it.
Yep. I love it. The solid blue. Blake, you're down on the field. It really pops down there as well.
As we've got our on our pants, match the stripe on our jersey. We got those new blue jerseys, and they look really, really nice together.
You can see at midfield, the captains are there for the toy. Words are hard tonight.
Coin toss.
Yeah, hit me in the head, see if you can get it stopped. For the coin toss, the official is kind of explaining the situation. Hey, everybody needs to be on your best behavior tonight, and they are getting ready to toss, and we will kind of watch and see if the Mustangs will start the game with the ball or they will start the game on defense. There it is. Cleveland gets to call because they are the visiting team. Waiting on the official to give the indication as who won. Looks like the Mustangs have won, and they have deferred.
Defer simply means you get to choose the second half. You're going to choose the ball, but you're just saying, hey, I want to wait till the second half, figure this out.
You can see the Stallion Battalion lined up down there as they get ready to bring the entire team out of the big Mustang that's at the south.
And I'm glad you mentioned that. I love high school football. You got leadership kiddos that made the banner the players are going to run through. You got the band down there. You got cheerleaders. You got little kids. I remember being a little kid and being psyched out of my mind to be out on the field to cheer as the team ran by.
And that's what builds culture.
Absolutely.
You know, I mean, you talked about some of our younger players, even when they were little, they were ball boys, and those guys love to be on that AstroTurf. They love the feel of Friday night. This is a big deal.
And they got their youth jerseys on. They got that old school navy and gold on. It looks great, and it's just a cool part. And you see it almost everywhere you go on Friday night.
For the Cleveland Tigers, we kind of expect number 7, Javen Lindsay, to be their quarterback. In talking with Coach Wagner this week, he kind of expected Adam Love, who's their running back, number 2. He said, we got to keep an eye on him. Javen Lindsay, he's a sophomore quarterback. They got to keep an eye on him. They have a true freshman. Well, I guess everybody's a true freshman in high school, but they have a freshman that's starting on the left side of their offensive line. So I know our D-line is aware of that and probably going to try to leverage that a little bit.
Absolutely. I think line, as you know, you just get man strength, so to speak, as you get older. And that's a tough spot. It's kind of like being a heavyweight wrestler as a freshman. You don't see a lot of those guys win a state title for that reason.
It is a great crowd on hand tonight for the Mustangs. It is the district home opener. We have been home for some of those non-district games, but man, just good to see the Mustang blue and gold in the stands as the fans are on their feet and clapping the marching band. They'll go to the stands, and we're about ready to kick off some football. Blake, any final thoughts before kickoff?
No, but it sure is exciting. District games and Friday nights, they sure do go together.
Go together like peas and carrots. Kevin, what about you? Any final thoughts before we kick off and get going?
I'm just anxious to see. We've been off for 2 weeks. I'm anxious to see the energy we come out. We're going to come out with our hair on fire and we're swarming to the ball. Or we're going to come out maybe a little bit lulled because we haven't had those snaps. That's what I'm most anxious to see.
Mustangs, I'm not going to lie, it was kind of nice last Friday to kind of have an evening to just breathe.
Like a bye week? It was great.
Yeah, but you've got 7 in a row to get ready for. But Cleveland had a bye week as well last week. So, you kind of wonder, hey, do we get out of rhythm? Well, they may got out of rhythm.
Absolutely.
Did we get an extra week to prepare? Well, they got an extra week to prepare as well. And so it kind of feels like that week off in terms of who gets the advantage is probably going to be a little bit of a wash.
Yeah, null and void. Talking to the coaches, they got the weekend off last weekend. They said, Cleveland's not playing, and we're not going to be able to go watch them play, just like they can't come watch us play. So it was a very similar situation that you brought up, and I think we'll see immediately the energy level from both teams.
Jackson Burchett will do the kicking duties for the Mustangs as they are set, kick it away. Something we've added this year, if you want to listen to your radio live, I know a lot of folks maybe watch the stream in the stadium, but bring a radio with you. And on 93.9, we are streaming the game on the radio. How about that? Bring it down about the 21-yard line so Cleveland Tigers offense will come out and go to work.
That was a good kick by Jackson. It was higher than maybe you see. It didn't go the farthest, didn't go in the end zone, but it was high enough to allow our coverage team to get down. And sometimes that's more valuable than kicking it deep.
And the first down Tigers, as they come on, the Mustang defense is out, energized and set, ready to go.
Sometimes you look at AJ, that's your who you got player. He's in the red armband. You see the red face mask. That used to be an accent color back in the day, so the seniors have a long-standing tradition of wearing a little bit of red. And if you're the player of the week from the last week, you get a red face mask.
Kind of an unusual situation for the...
Oh, they're going to go trick play off the jump.
Right off the bat, going to drop in for about 8 yards.
Good job by Jaden Tanner recognizing that, but they were going trick play, Blake, right off the start.
And sometimes you go, first play of the game, because if you can pop that, that's a big momentum shift and kind of catches the opposing team off guard.
Well, the Mustangs looked a little bit confused because the guy that they were anticipating starting as the quarterback, he was actually out as a receiver. And so the Mustangs made a great adjustment, got there, got the tackle for loss. Second down, 16. In the backfield,
big
moving
hit
backwards.
Nate Morrow, big hit coming off the edge there. You're going to see some of that Houdini stuff out of them with the running game, kind of who's got it, and it's going to be very key to recognize who has the ball.
And another big loss sets the Tigers all the way back to
Puts the ball down at the 6-yard line, so they are way behind the chains, not because of a penalty, because the Mustang defense to start this campaign has been on point.
Coach Wagner doing the defensive calls this year. They've really done a good job of being in the right place at the right time. Just got to wrap up like we have been, and he is chomping at the bit to get another 3 and out.
So Cleveland has 2 receivers to this side of the field. They've got a man in motion. Oh, he's going to be tackled for about a yard loss.
Just a great job by the defense, swarming to the ball. A little discombobulated there by the Cleveland Tigers. But we will take it, and they will be kicking from in their own end zone. Any bad snap.
This is where special teams is so important. Boy, if you could pop out and just create a disruption here. So he's got to be closer to the center.
Absolutely.
Just because of their location, and so means he's an easier target. You can get there faster.
Yeah. That punt's going to get to the 35, and he's going to go with it. Breaks a tackle.
Streeter on the right side.
Well, we're going to get a block in the back, and you can see it all the way from here. Just unnecessary. And then another late.
Yeah, you would have taken over first down and 10 from, gosh, what about the 13-yard line?
Yeah, you're going to be in the red zone, and then we have an inadvertent, we have a block in the back, and I don't know what the second one is. We just started throwing everything on the field. But the block in the back, I didn't catch a number, but it was obvious.
Coach Wagner. Flag happy. He threw that from way back.
Coach Wagner
keep the arm loose.
Looking for an explanation. He doesn't like the explanation he got, so we're waiting for the official call from the white hat.
Good news is we should have the ball. Probably will be 10 to 15 yards depending on what the call from the spot. So you're still going to be inside the 40 no matter what, I would say.
Did they say roughing the punter?
Yeah, we're not going to have the ball. They called rough.
I watched the punt. I didn't see. I need someone watching to text me what happened on the screen because I was watching the punt.
I know he got close to it, but I didn't think he hit him.
Yeah, you can tell by Wagner's reaction. That's not. And again, that's what we talk about. You dominate 3 snaps, and then you just throw it all away on the 4th snap. You're going to have the ball.
So that was a 5-yard penalty of roughing the punter, so it obviously wasn't the big one.
Okay. So it's not
But he's still in his own end zone.
But
right.
yeah.
And Streeter still back to receive for the Mustangs.
But instead of having the ball at the 13, we'll just have to see. He's going to hit that one out of bounds. Still not going to be amazing.
Yep. So the Mustangs will take over. First down and 10, right about the 30-yard line. So, Blake, your thoughts on that opening defensive stand?
We talked about maybe being lackadaisical. Play football.
Yeah, they're here to play.
I'm anxious to see if we come out of just a little more aggressive. Obviously, you mentioned the stats with the run game, but are we going to come out a little more aggressive tonight, perhaps?
So it's first down and 10 for the Mustangs. Ball is on the 31-yard line.
Can follow as well. That of good
We have two receivers to this side of the field.
The classroom and the athletic field or court is a
Cleveland's in a 3-3-5 look.
JoJo changing the play. Play clock's at 10. He's going to keep it around left side. Going to get a block.
Yep, just
going to
over
get
10. Going to get it.
He'll pick up 11. First down and 10 for Griswold.
And you mentioned it with some other players on the roster stepping up and feeling better about all the positions. That's been a bigger part of what we've done this year. I mean, that puts him over 200 yards on the season. He's done a really good job. He's a tough kid to tackle.
And he's comfortable outside the pocket. That's one of the things coaching staff know. He'd probably almost rather run on the throw or throw on the run, and he's certainly comfortable to tuck and run. So he's a dual-threat quarterback. So first down and 10. Ball spotted down the 21-yard line. 4 receivers for the Mustangs. Joe, screen out to the right side. Going to break a tackle. A.J. Streeter.
Nice job. And you could see the way they were setting up with that. They kind of had a 3-3 look where they walked up some linebackers, and that's going to be there a lot. You're going to be able to get 6-7 yards routinely if that's the way they're going to play when we go double wides on both sides.
Gain of 7 brings up second down and third. You love those situations.
And you can see what I'm talking about. We got 3 receivers on this side, and we got 1 guy.
Hand off up the left side, and really not a lot there. Ashton Wright on the carry. Looks like they might give him. Going to give him 2. So it's third down and 1 for the Mustangs. 8:52 left to play in the first quarter. We're tied at 0s. The Cleveland Tigers have come to town as Mustangs start district play. 4 receivers for the Mustangs. Ashton Wright is the running back. JoJo looks to the sideline to
get the check with me. No confusion.
Joe got to keep it up the middle. He's to the 10. He's to the 5. They're going to bring him down about the 3-yard line. My goodness, he could see blue.
Maybe that was the Oologah, because we looked confused, but hit it right up the middle for a big gain.
That's the beauty of having a dual threat quarterback. When you got it, you can.
Yep. We're going to bring in Mr. Salt there, another H-back down on the line. Kind of a bigger package here.
Yeah, they have a receiver to the far side, Braxton Moore to this side. And off at the left side, knocking his way into the end zone. Stampede, touchdown.
Absolutely, that's exactly what you wanted to see. The left side of the line did a great job. Ashton lowered his shoulder and fell forward. He does a good job of that. He may not be the biggest guy, but does a great job of falling forward. And 6-0, just what the Mustangs ordered.
He can, once there's contact, he can still almost lean forward or push with those legs and fall forward, pick up another yard or 2 as he's going down.
All of our running backs do a great job of churning their feet. And what I mean by that is their feet never stop.
Right.
They're always pumping their feet, drilling their feet. And that's going to help you break more tackles, help you fall forward. Had some issues, special teams, so it was important to get these extra points in.
Ball down, kick on the way, and it's no good. And, boy, we had one of those that kind of haunted us a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, we were chasing that point all last excuse me. My throat wasn't working. My voice wasn't working.
I thought you were trying to growl it out like a monster truck guy.
We were chasing that point we missed the entire game last week, and it came down when we scored. Instead of being down 1, we were down 2. And we couldn't convert on the 2-point conversion. That is something we have to figure out.
It just felt like we were chasing it all night long.
Just behind it all night long.
So with 8:06 left to play, the Mustangs strike first blood 6-0 after a missed point-after attempt. Jackson Burchett will kick away. Had a great kickoff to start the game.
Jackson Burchett setting up once again to kick.
Mustang faithful still filling into the stands.
Javen Lindsay with Jaden Durham.
Another high kick. See if we can get it covered here. Yep.
Number 3.
Jaden Dunham on the return. Brought down about the same place, 20-yard line. So Cleveland will take over, first down and 10.
Be anxious to see what they do. They tried some trickeration, and it didn't go well. So are they going to get back to basics, or is that just who they are? Be anxious to see.
Maybe, yeah.
I know they had quite a few seniors that graduated last year, so they're replacing a lot, and they're still probably figuring out who they are.
So if you can, with some of that eye candy, get an early strike and it works for you, then you put the defense on their heels, but it didn't work, and set them behind the chains. They're going to hand off around the left side.
Number 7 takes the handoff.
Looks like he'll gain about 3.
Yeah. Good pursuit, though. You see the entire defense over on the visitor side across the hashes. That means we're pursuing and we're running to the ball.
Brings up second down and 6 for the Tigers with 7:36 left to play in the first quarter. Beautiful Friday night. The Western Plains of Rogers County.
It's 2nd and 6.
They'll have one receiver to the far side, one receiver then this side, which means they're
From the 24-yard line.
kind of in a big set. Hand off up the middle. Looks like they're going to get enough for a first down. Gain of about 9.
I say the ball came out late. Stay down. Definitely looked down. And that was the time there you saw one of our linebackers, Nate Morrow, followed a man and not the ball and kind of took a misstep. And by the time he took one step, Blake, running back was behind him.
You chase one wrong guy, just like you said, or you hesitate on the field.
All right, new set of downs for the Tigers. First down and 10. Ball down about the 32-yard line. Man in motion.
Oh, ball's loose.
Ball's loose.
Fumble on the play.
Sure looked like we had a chance to get it. If we did, they're immediately
Yeah,
saying our
absolutely.
ball. Let's see who gets the turnover chain.
Could be Jaden Tanner.
Jaden Tanner.
Nice job, Jaden Tanner.
Number 22 is currently on the recovery for the Mustangs.
Important for us to strike immediately here. We got all the momentum.
You had a good defensive stop to begin the game, and now you got to take advantage of turnovers. You have a chance here to jump up on top, 12-0, and then add if you want to add 1 PAT or if you want to go for 2 to kind of even out that 7-point cycle. 3 receivers down on the lineup for the Mustangs.
Yeah, good teams that are going to be good late in the season take advantage of this and start to try to distance themselves.
Hand off up the middle. Ashton Wright. Looks like they'll give him a couple on the carry.
You know, and after the first week against Fort Gibson, who has playmakers, has linemen, we ran the ball really successful up the middle of the field. Since then, not so much. So I was curious as how we would do. We would keep going back to the well. And so far tonight, Cleveland is winning that part of the battle.
3 receivers in the set for the Mustangs. JoJo going to roll out. The catch Ashton.
Number 21, Ashton Wright on the
Looks like we had a chance. That was kind of a 3 layers. We had a streak, and then we had kind of a post and just an out route there, Blake. And it sure looked like we had Jackson Burchett about 15 yards deeper. Just missed him. Third down and long. Not what you want to be in here, but definitely 4-down territory.
Mustangs trying to stay committed to the run.
Nice
Braxton
catch.
Moore. Looks like it'll be enough for a first down and 10.
And a good throw there. They kind of had an over-under zone coverage there. And he had to throw that ball higher. It's going to get picked off. He recognized that, threw that where only his guy could catch it. Great job, Braxton Moore.
Good hands for him, too. So a new set of downs. First and 10 for the Mustangs. Ball down at the 18-yard line. Hand off to Ashton Wright around the right side. Going to gain about 11. So that'll make it first down and goal for the Mustangs.
Looked like he had a chance there. Don't know if he got tripped up. Don't know what happened, but we will take it. We're moving again.
Just short of the line to gain, and it's fast offensive action. Right once again.
Touchdown, Mustangs, right up the middle. Going to make it 12-0. Interesting to see here. Are we going to chase points or are we going extra point?
I think he's going to chase points. Nope.
Yeah.
Burchett's going to kick it away. Yep. Burchett was on the field as a receiver, so he will stay.
And I love my kids, but that's
Kick
not
away.
unexpected. We've struggled
Yeah.
making extra points, and so at some point you got to try something else. I know Jackson's been working really hard. Drills that one.
And you feel good about yourself. You're not even in the first quarter, and you're on top 13-0. Why not? Why not let him get some successful kicks under his belt?
Sure.
Sometimes it's like the golf swing. You got to figure that out.
Yeah, absolutely. Great job, Jackson, coming in. Drilling it right down the middle, and it's quickly 13-0, Blake. What's the feel on the sidelines down there?
It's good, but I will say this. I've been in a couple of games like this where you jump out really early, and you can't lull yourself to sleep, if that makes sense. You know, you can't get lackadaisical and let up too early, if that makes sense. We're on a roll right now. We need to finish this quarter out, keep putting points on the board, keep playing good defense, play a good first half, and see where we're at halftime.
Got to stay sharp. Got to stay sharp. Jackson Burchett will do the kickoff honors for the Mustangs.
Back deep for the Tigers. Burchett.
The stadium lights are on. The sun starts to set. Beautiful evening.
Kind of a short kick, but high.
He'll take it at the 11. Bring him down at the 26 with some flags.
It's rare to see a defensive flag on a kick unless it's a face mask. Looks like he's signaling hold. That would not be a bad thing for us. 10 yards from the spot. Yep.
Holding on the return team. Man, they just cannot get out of their way in terms of getting a drive started. They have almost started behind their 20 every time.
Yeah, we've done a good, that's the third time we've kicked off because we kicked off to start the game, and I think they haven't got it outside the 20 yet.
Yeah.
A couple of punts out of their end zone, a hold there. They're definitely feeling the pressure now.
First down and 10 for the Tigers, that very familiar formation with almost a tight end on each side. Quarterback's going to roll to his left. He was under pressure.
Big hit. Is that JoJo?
You can hear Kenton Jensen. Wow.
I see a lot of quarterbacks coming up, and that was just a good, clean hit. 8-yard gain for them, though.
4:37 left to play in the first quarter as the clock continues to tick away. Certainly appreciate Rick Fisher and his duct tape and baling wire abilities as we trying to keep all the equipment. We have a camera that's overheating, so if for some reason the screen goes black, it's still warm. Man in motion for the Tigers. Ball will be played dead.
Got to be an offensive.
Offsides.
Yeah.
Oh, no, defensive?
Offsides, yeah.
Don't like giving them a free first down there.
So I'm going to play ignorance on this. Sometimes on an offsides, they let the play go. Sometimes they
not
stop
in high
it.
school.
Not in high school. Okay.
Not in high school.
All right.
I wish they did. You get to be like
Get a
Aaron
free
Rodgers
down.
running
Okay,
around,
yeah,
you know?
absolutely.
If you watch like pro, as long as you're not unabated to the quarterback, they'll let it play out, and you basically have a free play. And that's when you see, like Blake said, Aaron Rodgers just chunking it down the field trying to get a big play. High school safety and things, they always kill it.
Quarterback's going to roll under pressure again.
Nowhere to go with it. Throws
That-
it away, and it got right. It's going to be close enough. Yeah, you got a side official. He's right there. It's got to go past the line of scrimmage, and it just got to the line of scrimmage.
Because there wasn't a white shirt within about 7-8 yards of that.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Blake. As long as you're outside the tackle box, the ball goes past the line of scrimmage, you're good to throw it away.
Yes, and that's new this year because usually you had to have a receiver in the air, but now if you're outside the pocket, you can throw it in the stands from wherever you're at. It just has to go to the line of scrimmage.
It was actually smart of him to recognize that. It saved him about a 10-yard loss there. There was absolutely nowhere for him to go.
Second down and 10. He will just be tackled for about a 3-yard loss.
It'll be third and long here for the Cleveland Tigers. Little fun fact, I get to travel to Cleveland tomorrow for some make-up soccer at high noon. Positive about that, boys, is I'll be going right past Max Barbecue twice.
Ooh, snap.
There will be a stop and some bread pudding in my future.
Is that 2 stops? You said twice.
Yeah, exactly. So
I'll be going by there if I can. If I can get my lovely wife to stop twice, maybe we'll get bread pudding for like a brunch. Stop by for some barbecue later.
Third down, 13. Mustangs show blitz, bringing some pressure. Got a hand on him. He got away. Nope. Pass will be incomplete. Fourth down. coming up for the Cleveland Tigers.
The quarterback's down on the ground. Hopefully he gets up. Hope he's all right. He's already taken a beating tonight a little bit. They're moving him out of the pocket, but they're rolling him into pressure right now. We're putting a lot of pressure on him.
He's running for his life in some regards. Our guys are getting some great penetration through the line, and somebody has almost got a hand on him every time.
Should be another case of great field position. AJ's back on our 46-yard line. Good snap. Kicks kind of shanked.
Boy.
I'm not sure that's going to be punted for a first down.
It's going to go about to where the first down marker would have been and add a couple of yards. It'll go out of bounds.
They do a great job, and that looked perfect. The officiating staff did a good job of that. So if you're not familiar with how they do that when a ball's kicked out of bounds, you're like, how? The white hat watches the angle. The side official runs up and then comes back until he tells him to stop where it crossed. And so that's an instance where they work together, and that looked perfect. So great job to them.
So the Mustangs will take over. First down and 10 from the 30 with 3:04 left to play in the first quarter. They're already up on top, 13-0. Missed a extra point attempt on the first drive. Burchett on the left side. He's a speedster.
You see that
round
speed
the
there?
corner.
Yeah.
He's in. Stampede.
Oh, my God.
Touchdown with a flag.
They're going to call Braxton Moore. Kind of the telltale sign when you put your hands up like, I didn't do anything.
It means you might have did something.
I think you're going to get him maybe for a block in the back. The receiver just kind of turned and twisted, and it's another instance where Braxton's already – excuse me, not Braxton. Jackson is already past him.
Yeah.
Just let him go. Recognize the play. Let him go.
He wasn't going to catch Jackson Burchett.
You saw that. I mentioned that earlier how when we go double on both sides, they're only really putting one guy out there, and the safeties kind of play in the middle and deep. If we get it out to our speedster, that's going to happen.
I think there's some confusion among the officials.
Yeah, it should be 10 yards from the spot. That looks about right.
Okay.
Because it was down about
the
12 or 11.
Sure. Well, the white hat, he's still checking.
Are we going to have our first referee huddle of the night? Nope. They did it from afar.
They're going to replay the down.
JoJo rolling to the right under a little bit of pressure.
Oh, takes a big hit. Oh, nice job.
He caught it. In bounds, complete pass.
It was a good job by Brad Hoisington. You see that a lot when it's kind of a scramble play. You want your receivers working back to the ball, and he was.
Joe in a little bit of trouble there. Was able to, again, he's comfortable out of the pocket. Handoff up the middle.
Touchdown.
Number 21, Ashton Wright. Stampede, touchdown. Is that his second on the night?
That was a great job by – that's his third, yeah. That was a great job by that O-line. He's going to get the touchdown, but no one touched him. I think two-hand touch, he still scores, Blake.
Yeah, he's doing a great job on the ball, and something that, a lot of people can carry the football, but his vision is what really makes him special.
Jackson Burchett in for the point after attempt. 2:30 left to play. Ball down, kick on the way. It's up. And it is good. Mustangs on top, 20-0.
So far, it's been an overall team game. Defense is playing great. Special teams, we mentioned, has pinned them deep 3 times. They haven't started outside their 20 yet. This is going to be our 4th kick. We're still in the first quarter, 20-0. Really, the only criticism you could have, a couple penalties and a missed extra point. So far, the Mustangs are rolling. Interested today, too, we had our first distance learning day, so students didn't have their normal routine, but football keeps the normal routine. Dads come and cook breakfast. Players are here at 7 a.m. eating breakfast. They did a quick walkthrough and then back home to do some schoolwork and do some ICAP activities. Hasn't affected the Mustangs for sure. Jackson Burchett back to kick it off. Another kickoff left. Is that going to stay in bounds?
Nope.
It is
not,
unfortunately.
So good eyes from number 3, Jaden Dunham.
And we're doing a good job. Coaches are going to want you to cut the field into thirds, each side of the half and in the middle, Brent, and they're wanting him to kick it down that left side to kind of where you don't have to defend the whole field, if you will.
Sure.
And that one just got away from him.
Something neat coming up. Can you say neat? I don't know. Is that a bad word? Neat on the horizon for the Mustangs. Homecoming. Mark your calendar. The homecoming parade is October the 6th. And then homecoming night is Friday night the 7th as Catoosa comes to town. But on the 6th, after the parade, we have our inaugural, our first Hall of Fame banquet. It's going to be held at the First Assembly of God, and we're going to induct a whole slew of honorees into the Oologah Hall of Fame.
Yeah, excited about that. Know some of them personally, and definitely some great representatives of the Mustang family there.
Handoff up the middle, no gain on the play. Second down and 10 for the Tigers.
73, Brock Powell, junior lineman, going to have to go off for the Tigers. Helmet came off. He's got to go off for a play.
This week we will be releasing your opportunity to buy tickets. If you want to go to purplepass.com/OologahHOF, that is a link where you can get your tickets. It is limited seating, but we would love for you to be there. Second down and 10 for the Tigers. He's under pressure again.
Again, going to throw it away. He looks a little frustrated. Julius Garrett, senior. No, I misspoke. Yep, no, it's Julius Garrett, senior quarterback. Looks a little frustrated at the moment. They're coming at him from all angles.
He's really not getting a chance to get his feet set, which is great news if you're a fan of the gold hats, but if you're wearing red tonight, it's not very nice.
And this means they have made a change because even on the roster, they have him listed as a wide receiver.
Mm-hmm.
So you've seen him and you've seen Javen Lindsay, number 7 as quarterback, and you've seen them kind of go back and forth, just looking for a solution to move their offense a little bit. Way overthrown. So I'll bring up 4th down and 10.
And that looked just like a little bit of frustration, perhaps. He had time there, but when you haven't had any time, sometimes, Blake, you know this as a quarterback, when you do have time, you feel like you don't.
You feel rushed, in practice a lot of times, and that's a big part of being a quarterback. A lot of times that's why you start running the ball early. You get rhythm of our people. Had that opportunity. Oh, he gets good protection. Feels like he doesn't have anything.
That internal clock starts to tick, and if you've been sacked or rushed several times, it just becomes a thing. So A.J. Streeter will catch the ball for the Mustangs.
We'll start at our own 36. And a good catch there. Good job by him. Someone's breathing down your neck. Go ahead and catch the ball so it doesn't bounce another 10, 15 yards down the field. Honestly, that's our worst starting field position of the night.
This is the first time that we've started on our side of the field. So I believe all the other side, we've started on their side of the field.
Yeah, still in the first quarter, 142. We've already put 3 touchdowns on the board, and we're looking to do more. Got a substitution at running back. I'll put Nate Morrow in. 4 wide receiver set. Back to pass.
Joe got some time.
Throws it out, and it honestly just looked like he threw that away because A.J. was bracketed by 2. And if he would have thrown that anywhere near him, probably would have been bad news for us. Number 27, Gavin Salt checking in at H-back.
A.J. has kind of been what we thought would be that go-to receiver. Part of his struggle is, you just saw it right there, everybody we play knows he's going to be that go-to receiver. So there's a lot of nights he's had a safety cheat over a little bit, and he's had to contend with 2 defenders, which really opens up for everybody else on the field. Braxton Moore is certainly taking advantage of that. Braxton came into tonight, 9 catches, 164 yards. 3rd down, 2, 121 left to play in the first quarter. Mustangs will check the play at the line of scrimmage. And JoJo has a gift.
He's good at that.
of getting them to jump off sides. So it's 1st down at 10 for the Mustangs.
And I've been down on the field. You'll hear the defensive coaches yelling, watch the ball, line, watch the ball, and he's still able to get them off.
Handoff up the middle. Nate Morrow dancing around, going to pick up about 9.
Going to fall forward, yeah. Going to be 2nd and about the length of the football. And this is where I'd like to see us take a shot. Let's take a shot at the end zone. Big play.
47 seconds left on the clock as it kicks down left into the first quarter. Handoff up the middle. Nate Morrow will get the 1st down.
Be driven back by a host of Tigers.
They're going to say he got 2 yards on forward momentum. Guys, I said in the pregame I wanted to see just the passing game come to life a little bit. We've struggled a little bit in that area in our first 3 games. I think it worked well at Fort Gibson, but against Claremore and Collinsville, we really struggled to find just some efficiency in that. But now you're not even out of the first quarter, and you're up by 20 points. I think the Mustangs are probably just going to hand it off, grind out the clock, get your yards, keep the ball game in front of you.
Yeah, I think that you're probably right. Still would like to see us pick our spots and, practice, if you will.
Sure.
Gain some confidence in making plays during a game. But we're going to head to the second quarter. Mustangs 20, Tigers 0. About as good a start as we can have.
I want to take a quick timeout. When we come back, it will be the start of the second quarter. We'll be back with more right after this on the Mustang Network.
Rod Henry Construction has been in the business of installing and manufacturing septic tanks and aerobic systems for over 10 years. At Rod Henry Construction, we take pride in providing quality service and products at a reasonable rate. We're proud members of the Home Builders Association and the Better Business Bureau. You can visit our website at rhcinc.net. The customer is always our top priority. Rod Henry Construction is a family-owned and operated business with strong Christian values that will ensure our work. For manufacturing and installation of aerobic and septic systems, service and repair, give Rod Henry Construction a call, 918-371-1207. And go Mustangs!
Hello, Mustang family. Like most schools across the state, we are in need of more bus drivers, whether you're a full-time bus driver or just a part-time bus driver.
If you're interested, you can contact Jeff Cluck at the number below, and he will give you the details on how to get certified to drive a bus.
Also, bus drivers, their starting rate of pay is $19.20.
Welcome back to Mustang Field as we are into the second quarter. Mustangs have had a successful first quarter. I would say pretty much everything you've done well. Every time you touch the ball, you put it in the end zone. Up on top 20-0, 11:30 left to play until halftime. Mustangs are 3rd down and 2. Going to hand it off. Nope, keeper around the left side.
Gave him the Heisman out there, a little stiff arm for the first down. Fooled everybody, though.
So a new set of downs for the Mustangs. Ball spotted down at the 26-yard line.
Trips right for the Mustangs.
Kind of a spread look. JoJo got some time, looking to throw across the middle. A.J. Streeter, Stampede, touchdown.
There's your who you got guy right there, right down the center of the field for 6, and he was wide open. So the good play design there with trips right. They haven't been matching up when we go trips or doubles. They're just staying base, and I think that's, I don't know. I know they're running some zone, but there's going to be some holes in the zone, and Joseph had plenty of time there and was able to find him.
Good pitch and catch for a touchdown for the Mustangs. PAT, ball's up, and it's good.
Great job by kicker and the holder there, because that was fumbled a little bit, and Jackson kept his head down, swung his leg, and JoJo got it down.
So it is 27-0 with 11:11 left to play until halftime. Coming up at halftime, we will carry the Stallion Battalion and their marching show. That they've pretty much got all the pieces in play. They will actually be marching an exhibition tomorrow night. It's the Stallion Battalion Invitational. It's a band competition we've done for years around here. John and his team do a great job hosting that. We've had schools from a tri-state area really come. Haven't seen the roster yet of what's coming tomorrow, but there will be schools from all over. They enjoy this competition. It's really early, so it kind of gives bands an opportunity to kind of come see what you got.
23 bands tomorrow, and ironically, every year I've been here when we've hosted, Owasso has hosted, so there's going to be a lot of traffic of bands up and down 169 this weekend.
Owasso kind of holds the 5 and 6A bands, and we kind of accommodate some of the 4, 3s, and 2s. And the kick away. That could be trouble. Number 7 on the return. It actually hit his foot, and he lost the ball. That was Javen Lindsay. Mustangs will bring him down.
So like he lost it in the lights, perhaps, or something. It was wonky. He literally stepped on it. lucky for them to recover.
Yeah, it really seemed like he didn't see it, like he lost it and couldn't find it again.
They're going to be inside their 20 again, Blake.
Really, that's a testimony to Jackson Burchett and his kicking game, and that's putting the kick up high in a corner and letting our kickoff team go down and recover for him.
First down and 10 for the Cleveland Tigers. They need to make something happen. Nothing there.
Great job there by a host of Mustangs. First one there, I think, Jaden Tanner.
Tried to do some eye candy. I think Adam Love was the intended.
Yeah, I think Tyler Stovall was there as well. They're behind the chains again. 2nd and 15 or 16.
6-yard loss on that play.
They kind of use that same base offense. I recall they used that a lot last year, too. And
completed.
Number 1 on the left side, Cody Sizemore.
Ran out of bounds by Braden Stovall. You see some more Mustangs getting rotated in tonight.
3rd down and 7. 10:07 left to play until halftime. Mustangs up on top, 27-0. It's the first district game of the campaign for the Mustangs. Today was, I wouldn't say an easy day, but it was a virtual learning day for the Mustangs.
It's a great day for me and my staff. I had the best day I've had in quite a while. Really enjoyed the time. Didn't mean it like that. I don't know why you're laughing. But I haven't had a staff meeting since before school started. That's what I mean by that. The only time we have a chance to all meet together is on these virtual days because of lunch duty and bus drivers and coaches. And so having that time together to meet, to make decisions, just love my staff this year. They're all super positive, excited to be there. That's what I meant by that. I love that the kids are out making fun. By July, when I'm the only one in the building, I'm like, I'm ready for school to start.
Cody Sizemore is set to punt it away for Cleveland. Mustangs are showing a lot of guys on the right side. Streeter will just let it go out of bounds.
Coach Noble tries to one-hand it, not so much. That's why he played line. Also the fact that he's a certified giant human being.
Hey, listen, I've seen a lineman of the name Skylar Wisenhut catch a punt one time in practice, and we did no conditioning that day. So it can happen.
Was that the gamble there?
That was the gamble. We had I think like 4 gassers, and it was double or nothing. He pulled through.
Ball is spotted down on the Cleveland side of the 50-yard line. Mustangs will take over 1st down and 10.
Jaden Tanner going to get some snaps at running back now. And really with the weather and the competition, we've been prioritizing Nate and Jaden at linebacker and Ashton at running back because of that, trying to limit snaps and limit both ways. So it's good to see them get some reps. Going to get about 4 right up the middle.
And what was impressive about that run, Kevin, you can see somebody hit him at the line of scrimmage, and he was able to skirt through that and pick up a couple of more yards, that yard after contact, if you will.
Absolutely. He does a good job. He runs hard and low. You saw it again there, just kind of submarine low. Pick up another 3 or 4. Not a lot there, but
somebody got a hand on it, but he was able to kind of get below that and pick up a few yards. 3rd down. 3rd down and 3 for the Mustangs. 9:03 as the clock continues to tick away until halftime. Looks like
good job there by number 20, Bo Thomas, coming in and making a play.
Jaden Tanner, the ball carrier, no gain on the play. The Mustangs will probably just go for it. 4th down and 4 as they lost a yard. Tanner around the left side. He's got some speed, broke through the line. Enough to pick up a 1st down. He'll carry it down about the 28-yard line.
Good job by him and the left side of that line to create the hole there. Big push. Obvious running down there and able to pick up big yardage.
They brought Streeter in, kind of put him on the left side of that line, maybe somewhat as a decoy. You got to pay attention to where he's at.
That might have been the softest Colin Schrader's ever been hit, but that was some good acting there.
You wanted to make
You don't have to act in high school, as we mentioned earlier. As soon as you cross the line, that play's dead. But that was funny. He never moved. He just kind of wrote it back.
You wanted to make sure the officials saw
I can't wait to see him in the hall
First
on
and
Monday
5.
morning.
4 receivers set for the Mustangs. Joe looking again to his left side.
Oh, fortunate there not to get that picked. Great job by number 14.
Yeah, Julius Gary was in coverage for them, knocked it away, had a chance to kind of hang on to it. So it'll bring up 2nd down and 5, 7:57 left to play till halftime.
AEP and PSO is a proud supporter of Mustang Athletics.
Braden Stovall will check in as the running back for the Mustangs. Joe under a little bit of pressure. He's just going to tug it and go.
Pick up the first down.
He'll pick up 9, enough for a Mustang first down and 10.
That's going to be good for an Oologah Mustang. First down to the 15.
Line's doing a good job tonight. We're definitely down one lineman, as you mentioned, Braden Langbein. Has a lot of snaps on that line, but we're doing a good job.
Hand off right side. Going to pick up 7. Good running for the Mustangs. Braden Langbein on, Braden Stovall on the carry.
Yes, sir. He runs hard. Got to see that last week at Claremore in the JV game. Got a little burst to him and definitely runs hard.
2nd down for 7:15 left to play till halftime. 4 receivers in the set for the Mustangs. Joe back to pass. Got a little time. He's going to go left. Actually, may lose a couple.
That's a good job by that defense. He was wanting to hit Hoisington on a quick slant, and the receiver jumped the route. And if he'd have thrown it, that would have been picked and potentially picked all the way back for 6. So that's one that's going to look bad on tape, but actually was a really good play. And we've talked about that through the season. He's done a better job of kind of eating some of those bad plays instead of throwing it up.
Mustang football would like to thank Neely Insurance.
So it's 3rd down and 7. You're
reverse.
Trick play. Jackson Burchett. He's the speedster. Stampede. He's into the end zone. Touchdown.
Nice job in a creative way to get our fastest player the ball. So good job there, and a great job blocking it up.
With 6:33, the Mustangs put another touchdown on the board. PAT, ball down, kick on the way, and it's good. Today was a well-timed day to have a virtual day because I'm telling you, it's busy around the high school. You've got volleyball, you've got softball, you've got FFA kids that have been at the Rogers County Fair, Tulsa State Fair just around the corner. You got football in full swing. You got something going almost every night. So just a good day to just kind of hit pause, do some virtual learning, and let everybody kind of catch their breath.
Absolutely. It's like I mentioned earlier, how the teachers use the day. I heard from some parents that love it. Their athletes or their kids are athletes, and so they're able to schedule haircuts and dental appointments and those things during a virtual day, perhaps where they couldn't do it after school. So good reset. You mentioned we've hosted 2 different volleyball tournaments, 3 different really, varsity, 9th grade, and junior high. Football going on, county fair going on, leading into Tulsa. Just a lot going on.
I know spring is very busy. You got soccer, baseball, golf, track. But I feel like this 2-3 week period we're in right now, it rivals the spring for sure.
The end of September, 1st of October with band and ag is just it's crazy.
Number 7 from the 9-yard line on the return.
Get him down 19-yard line, looks like. Good coverage by the Mustangs. First down and 10 for the Cleveland Tigers.
By number 81 of the Mustang kickoff team, Damon Shondell.
Check some scores for you, as everybody across the state, for the most part, is starting district play. Every game matters, but these really matter, especially in terms of placement when it comes to making the playoffs. The first 2 teams of a district actually don't have to travel for their first game of playoffs. You actually win home field advantage, if you will. So
absolutely.
Ball's loose on the ground. They've had a couple of loose exchanges.
And when you get quick pressure and you're doing some of that Houdini stuff, who's got it, you can have that ball get on the ground. Got some scores for us?
Interesting score. Bigsby and Norman North, 14-7. So far, Bigsby's beat everybody at least by 200 points.
Yes.
So Norman North trailing by 7, but able to stay with them. Union Owasso, a big game tonight. Broken Arrow Southmore played yesterday, 63-7 the score there. Hand off around the right side, and he had some room. He just lost his footing.
That's just how it's going for the Tigers tonight. I heard a saying one time, sometimes you eat the bear and sometimes the bear eats you, and just unfortunate there.
Muskogee on top of Sand Springs, a little surprised by that score, but it's 27-6 that game at Sand Springs. It's homecoming.
Muskogee is undefeated.
Yeah.
They won the Passing League 77 tournament at Siloam this year. Coach Hill, Travis Hill, I know him, has a great heart for Muskogee, great heart for those kids. Doing a great job.
Yeah.
I'm really proud of him. Well, they had a
pressure
chance.
again.
He's just not going to get there.
Great job. Just knock him out of bounds.
Chased by Luke Farmer and Gavin Salt there.
Get back to the original line of scrimmage, but that brings up 4th down and 10 with 5:08 left to play till halftime.
And that's the case. You're running to your left. You're never going to be able to throw as good as a righty. Their receiver, Blake, actually got behind 2 guys, but since he didn't have pressure, or since he had pressure, he couldn't get it down the field to him.
Yeah, just like you said, he's rolling to his left. To throw that ball accurate while you're rolling to your left into a sideline is pretty hard.
So the Tigers will punt it away. Some folks may know I'm a Mustang alum, but I actually pastor a church in Sand Springs.
Good punt there.
Kind of a heavy week in Sand Springs. Last Thursday, maybe it was last Friday, there was a car accident killing 3 high school kids, putting 2 others in the hospital. And just kind of a heavy week for Sandites. We actually had one of those funerals today at our church. And
yeah, definitely thoughts and prayers. Reached out to those guys. Man, you never want to hear that. And it hit hard as a principal.
Yeah.
Our teachers, as kids started to find out about it, it hit hard for everybody. You never like to hear that.
Well, and so those funerals were throughout this week, and tonight's homecoming for the Sandites. And so
I saw Muskogee posted that they were going to wear, their student section was going to wear Sandite colors. Stuff like that seems little. I think it's a really cool thing.
What makes Oklahoma
going to go
great.
deep. He's wide open. Kinda. I'm going to put that on Ashton. He kind of stopped running.
He turned to look around and slowed a little bit, yeah.
And he'd still be running if he caught that ball. Definitely, it's just a part of life. If you do this for very long, you're going to have to deal with a situation like that. Maybe not exactly like that, but, man, that's heavy.
And I don't know, when you're going through your admin classes or preparing for education, it's probably not a class on how do you help a community grieve or how do you help a high school process
Absolutely
that.
not. We're fortunate here to have great community partners within the churches.
Yeah.
When we've had an instance,
Yeah.
we can call on those extra resources, and they're here in a moment's notice.
Something beautiful about a small town, because it really is the whole community working together, from the education sector to the Chamber of Commerce does a great job here in Oologah, and you know, in this community, everything really is central around the school.
Yeah, we're the biggest thing going, for sure.
Absolutely. So if something happens at Oologah High School or middle school or on the campus, it certainly ripples throughout the whole community. 4 receivers for the Mustangs. Handoff just going to go up the middle. Not a lot there.
Probably going to see our first punt of the night.
With 4:05 left till halftime, I would expect the Mustangs will punt it away.
Going to be the first time we haven't reached the blue part of the field on offense tonight. Small victory for the Cleveland Tigers.
And the punt squad comes on for the Mustangs first time this evening.
Scoreboard is correct on your screen. Mustangs are on top 34-0. It's the first time they had the ball, though they didn't put a touchdown in the end zone. I believe Nate Morrow's back to kick it away for the Mustangs.
Oh. He's got time if he recognizes it. Great job by him to get it, and he gets it off low, and he's going to get a little bit of run.
It's going to take a Mustang bounce. How about that?
He's done that a couple times. He did that at Fort Gibson in our first game and did an excellent job there, and just a good job by a senior making something out of nothing.
Boy, he really picked up about 20 yards there from where the line of scrimmage was to where the
Yeah, you were looking at
up. Yeah.
Honestly, I thought we were getting ready to give up a safety, whether it was going to get blocked through the back. If that ball gets blocked through the back of the end zone, that's a safety.
If it gets blocked and
worst
fallen
case,
on, it's
yeah,
a touchdown.
And for them to be at the 43, and really, coach would never admit it, but this is a good test for the defense. We haven't really been tested tonight. It's a good test for the defense. He wants to see how we respond.
Kind of I guess an RPO. Well,
yeah,
really wasn't a lot of play option. I mean, pass option, but the quarterback tried to hand it to the receiver and decided, hey, I'm just going to keep it.
Well, I think he wanted to hand it to the running back, almost like the running back handed it back because Luke
I don't want the
Farmer
ball.
had like both of them, and it was that was funny. I want to watch that again.
He did recognize that the running back already had a blue jersey on him, ready to bring him down, so he decided, well, he'll just tuck it and run. He'll actually lose about a half a yard. Second down at 11 on the scoreboard for the Tigers. Oh, we're going to jump that time.
Nate trying to time up a blitz, and it's going to get drawn off sides.
Actually, I think that was Max Becker.
Oh, you're right. It was Max Becker. Love the student section. They got the smoke machines out. Get a shot of that, Brett. So when we had breaking down the walls, we had JJ down. He kind of coached up some of our student leaders. Take a trash can, cut a hole out of the middle of it, and make a little smoke machine for the students.
Kind of some trickery. The quarterback, sorry we missed that. The quarterback looked to the sideline, and the other guy that's a quarterback snuck in, took the snap, and went right up the middle. Oh, picked up a couple yards.
They're still down. Hopefully he's okay. Getting up. That's number 12, Scott Kennedy, junior wide receiver, defensive back for the Tigers.
And he's up and making the way
Yeah,
off.
you want to see that. You don't want to
Put your hands together for number 12.
see a young man this early in the season. So Scott Kennedy
walks off on his own power.
So volleyball season's kind of, its end is on the horizon. The same for softball as well.
Yes, sir. Just about to get done with some district play. As I mentioned, we go to Cleveland tomorrow for a makeup game. Play at noon, so that'll kind of be fun. But just a couple of district games, and then they fill in some non-district games. There's kind of a drop-dead date where you have to have all your district games in, so you build in a window because it is rare in the fall you don't have a rain out. It just is, with softball and the infield. And so you build in an extra week, and then you perhaps feel that with some non-district games.
Mustang show blitz.
Oh, they're going to
got there too early.
Ashton. Pass was probably uncatchable, but he definitely ran into the receiver.
Ashton Wright in coverage over there. That should probably give them a first down and then some.
And that's going to move the chains for the Tigers.
They're in the best field position that they have been in all night with 2:05 left to play till halftime. Be curious, can the defense stand up here and
it's a good
pitch
test.
Pitch
they
a
have
shutout in the first half.
All three timeouts, clock stops, penalties, clock stops with the first down. So plenty of time. Time's not the issue, just execution.
District play all across the great state of Oklahoma. We work with 1170, the Buzz. Nope, it's not the Buzz anymore.
Don't get me lying to you, but it's not the Buzz.
The Blitz. Sorry.
There you go.
It took me a second.
I'm going to blame you. You said the wrong word, and I was just stuck on Buzz.
I just locked it up. Grant Merrill does Oklahoma post-game show on Friday nights, and our segment usually rolls around 10:30, 10:35, and just always want to give a report for the Mustangs.
Hand off up the middle. I enjoy listening to that. A lot of times on away games, we'll listen to that in the car. A lot of times we have to be quiet because you're calling in. But it's a good listen to. You get a recap, and you get a little more story than just the score.
Collinsville on top of Pryor, 14-0. McAllister on top of Tulsa Memorial. McAllister's number 1 in 5A, 22-0 the score there.
They've looked really good. Quita's looked really good in 5A.
Quita's 35-0 on top of
Collinsville looked really good. There's Seems to be always a good 4 teams that just look great in 5A.
Things did shuffle just a little bit. For example, behind the line of scrimmage,
Brady Evans going to bring him down. Great job in just recognizing the play and putting your foot in the ground and go making a play.
Grove had been a part of our district for quite some time. Well, they grew as a district, and so now they're actually playing in 5A.
They beat Wagner last week.
Yeah.
We traded Grove and Bristow. They're going to try to double move. They're going to throw it no matter. Good job by Ashton. Lets them to use the sideline to your advantage. Kind of boxed him out. But we traded Grove and Bristow for Cushing, who's really, really good, and McLean. Excuse me.
Yes, McLean, right.
So
and Cushing right now is number 1 in 4A. And I'm of the mind that 4A3, which is the district we play in, is a pretty darn good district of football.
It is. I mean, there's been times in the past where 3 teams in 4A3 were in the semifinals. So you think about that. You're getting 3rd in your district. You're going on the road for all your playoff games, and you're in the semifinals. And that's been Oologah.
Yeah. Well, there were times Oologah played Wagner, both out of the same district in the state championship game.
Yeah, 3 years in a row.
Right.
And I believe back then it was Cascia.
You're right.
That was our size, and it was Cascia, Oologah, and Wagner kind of dominating 4A for a while.
A little surprising. Cushing on top of Miami, 7-0.
At Miami, that's just a wonky place to play. It's a big old college stadium.
I love it, though. I love it.
And it just seems a tough place for people to go play. I don't know. It's a decent little road trip, obviously, for Cushing.
Yeah. 45 seconds left to play in the first half. Mustangs have the ball.
Could be content to keep it on the ground.
Around
Stovall.
the right side. Stovall
Turning his
grinding
leg.
away.
Oh,
Gotta
he stayed
stay
up. That's a highlight reel. And I swear Colin kept him up, Blake. It looked like he kind of held him up and kept pushing him.
Colin almost tackled him and then picked him back up. Hit him and pushed him.
You know, sometimes when it's going your way, it's going your way. Oh, no, we got a penalty.
Back. Yep.
I got all excited. We didn't see the flag.
We've got a flag back at the 37-yard line.
I think it was a chop block. I think that's what he indicated. I was watching the celebration, missing the moment.
And that chop block usually is when someone's engaged, already blocking someone, you can't go low.
Right.
And that's just a safety thing, and it's a good thing, but unfortunate.
And that positive running has been reversed.
Hand off up the left side. Got a hole. Going to go for a piggyback ride, but going to pick up about 12.
Carrier for the Mustangs. Brought down by Caleb Humboldt. That's going to be good for another Oologah Mustang.
First down.
First down and 10.
McLean on top of Catoosa. 14-0. Catoosa will actually be our homecoming opponent coming up October 7th.
Yep.
And really excited about this year's festivities. And that's going to do it. The clock is going to tick down. The Mustangs are on top at halftime, 34-0. Blake, we'll start with you. Your thoughts on the first half, the Mustangs?
I think we played really good. There's some penalties we'd like to clean up in that extra point, but other than that, there's not much bad to say.
Absolutely, and kind of my 2 big keys of the game, we've done well. We've tackled well, and we've eliminated the big play on us on defense. So kudos to Coach getting them cleaned up. And we're going to have Coach Wagner with Blake right now.
Go, Blake.
Yeah, I've got Coach having a good half, 34-0 going into halftime, coming off a bye week. The guys are looking sharp. What do you got to say?
Yeah, I think we came out, we said all week we wanted to come out and start fast. Even all the way back to Fort Gibson, we didn't really start fast. It's taken us a while to get our legs underneath us. And, you know, we wanted to defer if we won the toss and get a 3 and out and try to get points on the board quick. And we were able to do that. We protected the ball. That's a big deal. But we got some penalties in there. I mean, we need to be mentally sharp. Little stuff like that, regardless of score, we need to get it cleaned up.
Thank you, Coach. See you in the second half.
All right, the Mustangs will head into the locker room, getting ready to take center stage. Mustang cheer squad. Tell you what, I'm going to be quiet for a minute and let the camera take that so you guys can enjoy our cheerleaders. So we're just going to let the field mic take it for just a second, and we'll be back after their performance. Don't go anywhere.
Again, cheerleaders, the booth has not been provided with any music for your routine.
Family, I'm Jane Standiford here with Hannah Oliphant, and we're doing Chalkline Insurance Student Spotlight of the Week. Hello Mustang family, I'm Jane Standiford here with Hannah Oliphant, and we're doing Chalkline Insurance Student Spotlight of the Week. So Hannah, how long have Family, I'm Jane Standiford here with Hannah Oliphant, and we're doing Chalkline Insurance Student Spotlight of the Week. So Hannah, how long have you attended Oologah?
I've been here since the middle of 7th grade.
What activities do you do?
Band.
What is one high school highlight?
Bixby tournament last year for marching band.
And who is your hero?
My brother, because he's been through a lot, especially this past year, but he's still very determined in everything that he does.
And what are your plans after high school?
I'd like to be either a pediatric nurse or a physician's assistant. I haven't picked up which, but one of those two, and have a family.
Thank you. This is Chalkline Insurance Student Spotlight of the Week. Now back to the game.
A water faucet with clean water, a reliable car on a busy day, a faithful dog, and reliable insurance. They're there when you need them. Coach Jason Brown and Chalkline Insurance is your local insurance agent. After 20 years in coaching, Jason is using that work ethic to take care of you and your family. Chalkline Insurance is locally owned by a name you know and backed by an agency with more than 30 years of experience. If you own it, we can insure it. For all your commercial, home, rental, auto, and recreational insurance needs, give Coach Brown a call at 918-789-3848. Chalkline Insurance, your local insurance agent in Oologah, where character creates connection.
Family, it's bigger than bloodlines. stronger than DNA. It's the circle we draw around the people that matter, the people we care about and care for, the folks who inspire us, guide us, root for us. Family means finding common ground, rolling up our sleeves, and making our way side by side. Armstrong Bank. Strength runs in our family.
Welcome back to the Mustang Halftime Show. Mustangs have put on a show in the first half. Score is 34-0. You can see out on the field the Cleveland Marching Band is performing. They're in competition season as well as they are preparing their stuff to move on into the competition phase. We'll have the Stallion Battalion marching here in just a minute. I am joined up in the press box by our superintendent, Dr. David Wilkins. David, welcome to the broadcast.
Hey, thank you. Good afternoon or good evening.
Yeah, and it's been a beautiful evening.
Absolutely.
This is absolutely amazing. You know, Friday night under the lights, the weather. I personally like confusing weather. Do you need a T-shirt or do you need a hoodie?
Yes.
That's my jam.
Yes. Well, or when you get up in the morning and you wear whatever you wear in the morning is not relevant that evening.
Exactly.
It's going to completely
Yep,
change.
that is beautiful spring and fall weather. Well, man, let's just talk a little bit about all the stuff that's going on. I know when Kevin's in here, we talk a lot about the high school, but man, all of our buildings have just got a lot of great stuff that's going on.
Yeah, across the whole district, pre-K through 12, we have great stuff going on. We've been through all the buildings every week, in and out of classrooms, and getting to see some of the stuff going on. And it's just really fun to see the kids working hard and learning and just doing all the fun stuff.
I want to knock on some wood, but man, it seems like we're off to a great start this year.
Absolutely. We've had a very smooth start to the year. Had a few little hiccups here and there, but nothing bad. Yeah, knock on wood for sure. No, I said that out loud, and I probably should not have said that.
But it just feels like all the buildings, and we've got a great team of admin that you meet with weekly to just kind of help them not work through problems, but just, I mean, it's a collaborative table that the high school helps the lower, and the upper works with the middle school, and just the admin team all rowing in the same direction to make Oologah the great quality school it is.
Yes. Yeah, our admin team, I think, is just second to none in the area. They all, like you said, they work together. They have the ability to sit down as a group and say, hey, what are you guys doing about this? How can we do better at this? And what do you know, the upper elementary, what do you guys need from the lower? And the lower, what do you guys need from the upper? And how can we work as a team across the district, across the board, to make everything better? And that also, speaking of board, that also works up to our board. So we have a great, you guys working together as a team, working together with me, working together with our admin team to make sure that everybody's on the same page, moving forward, setting goals, working toward those goals, and having a good plan to get there.
I want to really give a big shout out to Tony Sappington and Kendra Atkins, some of the work they've done over the last 12 months with our Title IX plan, which some of the things the state wanted us to do as a school district. And I'll be honest with you, there's not a lot of high schools, not a lot of secondary schools across the state of Oklahoma or even in the nation that have a comprehensive Title IX. And when I say Title IX, I'm talking about equality. Many times you think Title IX, you think girls' sports, but really Title IX is such a bigger and even harder to understand concept than that, but they have put together a very comprehensive Title IX plan for our school district.
Right, yeah, so our goal, Mr. Sappington started this before I got here, but our goal over this last year was to find a common ed, a pre-K through 12 school that had a good Title IX plan and to model our plan after theirs. So he spent days and days looking, I spent days and days looking, and we could not find a Title IX plan at common ed. All the colleges have them as a requirement, but it's not required, or it hasn't been required for pre-K through 12. So we just put one together. Or Tony, he led the charge in that, put that together. Him and Kendra, they did a great job doing that. He has spoken at conferences about that, and we get phone calls from other schools asking what we do and what's the best way to move forward with those things.
And I was going to say, you can be proud of your school district because we really have become a leader. There is a big statewide conference for all the school board members and administrators that gather in Oklahoma City. And Tony was one of the presenters and talked about our comprehensive Title IX plan. And I would just say that the Mustang family would be proud of the admin. You guys also use a couple of advisory teams to just kind of hear how things are going layers deep. Like one of the things I love, we've got students that you guys have access to and time to just sit down and say, hey, what's it like to be a student at the Mustang?
Right. Yeah, having a student advisory group is it's really great. And we got some good ideas last year. Really, we started this year as a push to get all of our students involved in all of our extracurricular activities as far as supporting each other. And really that kind of was that idea was kind of birthed from that group, as far as, you know, them talking about, yeah, everybody shows up for football, but what about girls? What about volleyball? What about swimming? What about band competitions or ag competitions? So really there's been, so out of that group kind of came us trying to work with our student team, our student leaders to better develop that.
And I've seen it firsthand. I mean, I get to do some of the PA stuff for softball, and it's great. We really are. That's the beauty of a small town. We really are the Mustang family.
Yes.
Dr. Wilkins, thanks for coming in and visiting with us. Man, this has been absolutely great. We're going to take a quick little time out. When we come back, you will catch the Stallion Battalion marching show in their entirety. We'll be back with more right after this.
It takes less than 1 minute to find out if you may have prediabetes. You can do it here. But I get it, you're busy, and busy people can't have prediabetes. I read that wrong. They can, okay? Just go to the site.
Mustang family, don't miss a minute of live Mustang action or info about events or happenings at Oologah High School. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow our high school Facebook page today.
Welcome back to the Mustang Halftime Show. It's been a great first half of football for the Oologah Mustangs, on top 34-0. You can see the Stallion Battalion taking the field, preparing to do their marching show called Colors. So we will let you take the field, Mike, and you can enjoy the Stallion Battalion Marching Band Halftime Show.
On Tuesday, October 4th, Dalton Defender Days Festival in Collinsville, Kansas. Saturday, Coffeyville, Kansas. Saturday, October 8th, Oklahoma Bandmasters Association State Marching Band Championships in Edmond. And then Tuesday, October 11th, the OSSAA Northeast Regional Marching Band Contest right here at Oologah. Drum majors this evening are Shane Edens and Preston Stovall. Our directors are John Matthews and Dave Smith. McAnever and Lori Berger are with the guard, and Dalton Edwards on percussion. Drum majors, is your band ready?
Here at Oologah High School, we have a rich tradition of things we're proud of, both inside and outside of the classroom.
Like our presidential scholar, 2018 grad Jamie Morara.
And our 15 Oklahoma academic All-Staters.
Our 32 team state championships.
And our 151 All-State athletes.
And our 116 individual state champions.
And our 32 American FFA degree recipients.
And our 112 state FFA degree recipients.
Put the keys down, Kevin.
But I'm gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
I guess I have really been looking for love in this dating app. Yep, I'm definitely gonna call a ride home.
RCB Bank is community. RCB Bank is friendly customer service. RCB Bank is trusted. RCB Bank is here to help. RCB Bank is yesterday, today, and tomorrow. RCB Bank is everywhere you need us to be. We are RCB Bank. Open an account online today to see why our customers always say, RCB Bank, that's my bank.
Rod Henry Construction has been in the business of installing and manufacturing septic tanks and aerobic systems for over 10 years. At Rod Henry Construction, we take pride in providing quality service and products at a reasonable rate. We're proud members of the Home Builders Association and the Better Business Bureau. You can visit our website at rhcinc.net. The customer is always our top priority. Rod Henry Construction is a family-owned and operated business with strong Christian values that will ensure our work. For manufacturing and installation of aerobic and septic systems, service and repair, give Rod Henry Construction a call, 918-371-1207. And go Mustangs!
Welcome back to Mustang Field. Hello, everybody. I'm Brent Kellogg, along with Kevin Hogue, Blake Salt on the sideline, as we are about set to kick off the second half. Guys, a couple of stats to just talk about. The Mustangs had 6 different ball carriers rushing the ball. All of them had double digits. One that stands out is Ashton Wright, 6 carries, 36 yards and 3 touchdowns. And then Jackson Burchett had a carry for 11 yards. But what was important about that carry is he got into the end zone as well for a touchdown. Mustangs are on top, 34-0. Joe Griswold, 6 of 9 and only 74 yards passing, but he has thrown for a touchdown. A.J. Streeter has 2 catches, 33 yards and a touchdown. Braxton Moore has a catch of 9 yards. Jackson Burchett has a catch of 20 yards, and Brad Hoisington has 1 catch of 10 yards. So just some good stats. You did what you wanted to do, and, obviously 34 on top. Mustangs probably feel like they have a handle on this one. So, Blake, what does this second half look like if you're the coaching staff? What are some things you're wanting to do and some things you're wanting to work on?
I think you kind of get to see a little bit of the depth of your football team here in this second half. You get to see kind of what your twos can do and how they can respond. It's really nice to get your guys, your ones, a little bit of a break, get out. And they got to bust the pads loose, knock some rust off, and get ready to go because we got a really big game next week. But so your number twos are probably going to get to see a lot of the field.
Called for a fair catch.
The Mustangs won the coin toss.
Wanted to run.
Yeah, won the coin toss beginning of the game, deferred to the second half. And when you call fair catch, you can't change your mind. You can't say didn't mean it. You're down. So he will be down. The ball, he spotted down 35-yard line. Mustangs will take over 1st and 10.
Yeah, and I'm going to piggyback off what Blake said. I think you want to clean up the mistakes that you had, which were miscues with penalties, and you just want to execute. No matter what you do, you just want to execute from here on out at a high level.
So the Mustang offense set, ready to go.
Ty
And
Cherry.
off the right side to Ty
He's
Cherry.
gone.
He could be gone. Number 14 for Cleveland's going to get a hand on him. Julius Garrett saved a touchdown.
And Ty's got some speed. He runs the 100-yard dash on the track team, involved in the 4x1 relay. As you saw, he can hit the hole.
There is a flag down on the fields. We'll wait to see what the official call is on that. They're going to keep moving, apparently against Cleveland, so the Mustangs will tack on. So
So it's a first down and 10 for the Mustangs. Ball spot at the 23-yard line. And off around the left side.
Going to get
flag
a
comes
hold.
in. Yeah, that flag's right there. Usually not good news for your offense.
AJ knew immediately. He kind of put the head up, stopped driving his feet, and kind of used his hands. And that's going to be a tough one because that's one that occurs behind the line of scrimmage. You're 10 yards from the spot of the foul. So you're talking about first and close to 20 now, or right at 20. Big-time penalty.
So that'll back up the offense. Pretty good chunk.
Going to hand it off. Handoff is to Braden Stovall.
Mustangs have been very effective in running the ball tonight. Obviously, the biggest chunk of their yardage in the first half came off the run game.
Yeah, I don't know if I've heard a stat in the first half in high school football where you've had 6 running backs in double digits. That's going to be a recipe for success most nights.
4 touchdowns rushing the ball as well. Joe going to hand it off around the right side. He's got some room.
Yeah, we're clipping it off. We're on pace to average about 350 yards tonight on the ground. That's going to eat the clock and churn a lot of first downs. Ty Cherry in the backfield. We're going to go 2 wide to the left side. AJ at H-back. We're going to hand off and go left. Big hole. Touchdown.
Stampede touchdown for Ty Cherry. Boy, he just did what he wanted to on that possession.
And I like seeing number 55 and number 54. So that's Colin Schrader and Jackson Gill blocking all the way down the field. They were at the goal line when he scored. So that's a testament to those guys and blocking down the field. They're going to have to do some searching in the student section to see who can do that many push-ups. If you're unfamiliar, we do push-ups on a big board that the cheerleaders hold up. And we were struggling with 20 earlier. We're going to definitely be struggling with 40.
Ball down, kicks on the way, and it's good. The Mustangs missed their first PAT of the game, but they have been perfect from that point on. And I think that's been good because we've struggled a little bit in that.
We've missed one every
game.
Yeah, we're 4 for 4 and missing extra points, and that's going to come back kind of like it did against Claremore to haunt us.
This will hopefully help your confidence for your kicker's legs. 10:22 left to play in the third quarter, 41-0. Mustangs have been able to pretty much do whatever they wanted to do. This is the first of a 7-game stretch where the Mustangs are in district play. Next week, we actually go on the road. District rival Wagner.
Wagner Bulldog was there last night. Love their field. No track around their field, just football.
Sometimes you feel a little too close to the field.
Yeah, and it's one of those, you'll hear me say it a lot, they only have 2 light poles on each side where we have 3, and it is dark there.
That's a very hard place to win. I would say that's a tough stadium. They do very good team at home.
Absolutely. Good job by the kickoff coverage team once again. One of the few times they've actually got it outside the 20.
So, first down at 10 for the Cleveland Tigers. And I can tell you how many times I've almost said the Cleveland Indians.
I know, they're not even the Indians anymore.
I just think Major League Baseball. A little bit of static, so we're trying to duct tape and wrap the antenna in aluminum foil.
You know, being in a solid metal box is
Doesn't
not
help.
great for
Doesn't
technology, but it's nice up here now.
Around the left side.
Good job there to elude some tacklers. That's number 14 again, Julius Garrett. We've called him a few times. He's one of their better athletes, making a play there.
Mustangs are on the road next Friday night. If you can't make the trip to Wagner, join us for pregame show. The Advanced Homes Tailgate Show starts at 6:30.
And I'm just going to let you know, we're going to start the discussion tonight on where we're eating.
That has become a thing for the official Mustang Network broadcast team. We plan our trips around where we're going to eat. And barbecues involved more times than not.
Barbecue's a fan favorite. Chicken chunks anywhere we get close to Veneta,
got to go to Clantons.
We go to Clantons. That's never a bad choice.
First down and 10 for the Cleveland Tigers. 8:47 left to play in the third quarter. Softball and volleyball are wrapping up their seasons and
be starting postseason play in both those sports here in the next couple of weeks.
Have a new softball baseball coach, Cody Pear, leading the Lady Mustangs this season.
Yeah, came to us from Red Oak, won a state title in baseball last year.
Just a very pleasant fellow. If you ever get the chance to meet him, introduce yourself, and it'll be a great conversation, I'm telling you. I've enjoyed every conversation I've got to have with Coach Pear. His wife, also a teacher in our district, so kind of got a double blessing there.
Yeah, he always has a creative way to put it. He's like, I feel like I know what I'm doing, but my wife is the best part of the deal. So we were talking about some scores earlier. Muskogee 27, Sand Springs 13 at half.
Okay. Wagner's on top of Skytook 52-0. Skytook now is a district game for us. Holy Moses. Did
Brady
you
Evans?
see Brady Evans knock that guy? What a block.
Just blew up the blocker there.
Yeah.
Stillwater, one of those 6A2 teams, now that Bixby's moved up, they're winning 64-0 against U.S. Grant at the half.
A lot of folks have their eyes on Stillwater. Muskogee is definitely a part of that conversation in 6A2 because 6A2 feels a little bit open because Bixby had just dominated for so long. With a population base had grown so much that now they're up in football. 6A is broken into 6A1 and 6A2, and so Bixby now is playing up with the Owassos and the Broken Arrows and the Jinks and the Unions. And so 6A2, it's kind of a new day. Little screen pass right up the middle. Knocked out of bounds by Braxton Moore, just shy of the first down.
That's one of those kind of tricky plays that worked for him. Probably had a chance to do more with that. Braxton, good job using the sideline, getting him out of bounds.
Brings up 4th down and 2. Be curious to see what Cleveland does with 7:10, and I think the clock is just running at this point. Our quarterback will check to the sideline, Julius Garrett. They've really done quarterbacking by committee. They like to.
Good tackle there.
Good tackle. He did not get the first down. They
Brad
went for it,
Hoisington.
and Brad Hoisington will stop it. Mustangs will take over. 1st down and 10 at midfield.
Good job by him going low, getting the legs. Coach Noble going to get him rounded up. We're going to have the ball once again on the good side of the field.
1st down and 10 from midfield.
Tuttle Bethany is a good game across the state, number 2, number 6. Tuttle winning 27-13. Wagner all over Skytook at the half, 52-0.
We will get to face the Bulldogs next Friday night on the road at Wagner. New running back for the Mustangs up the middle. He's free. He got the first down. He's going to go all the way to the 15, to the 10, to the 5. Stampede touchdown for Abram Jackson.
Yeah, it goes by AJ. Enjoyed getting to know that young man. He's new here. He's from Texas. And he runs hard, and he is fast. You got to see a little bit of that athleticism right there, one touch.
I got to tell you, when I was wrestling through my pregame stuff, he was almost my who you got because I think he is on the brink of really breaking out and being a playmaker for the Mustangs. I mean, he's new to the system, and so obviously being new to the school this year, he's got some learning to do in the offensive system and defensive system, but he is just, you saw his speed, his breakaway speed. He could be a big deal as the season progresses.
Absolutely, and I think he's earned it. You know, you look at the Claremore game, made some plays there, had some fumble issues early, but done a great job and earning some of that playing time, and you see why there.
Scoreboard is correct. Mustangs on top, 48-0, 6:15 left to play in the third quarter.
I bet we kick it down this left side. We've kicked
history,
off 8 times.
if history repeats itself, I believe you're right.
Hopefully that young man's stretching his hamstring tonight. That's a deep kick.
Good deep kick. It'll go back to the 5. Cleveland will return it.
Oh.
He's got some space to the left side.
Oh, I see a flag coming from way back.
Number 3, Jaden Dunham. We've called his name several times tonight. He was the return man. Be curious to see what the laundry on the field will
They're calling
indicate.
a hold, and I'm just going to be honest, guys. That's the furthest flag I've ever seen thrown. He threw that 31 yards.
And I don't even know.
Underhand.
I don't even know if it got to the spot of the foul. Those flags are weighted to get to the spot of the foul. And I don't even know that it got there.
That was an impressive display of athleticism.
You're right. He casually swept that out of his pocket and underhanded it 31 yards down the field.
Yeah, like it was nothing.
I mean, there's liable to be a call up to the league soon. I don't know, but I think that's the stuff they look for.
So 5:59 left to play in the third quarter. Mustangs on top, 48-0. Got to tell you, I knew the Mustangs felt good coming into tonight. I'm a little surprised. I mean, I feel like the Mustangs have been very effective, been able to do what they want to do. So pat yourself on the back tonight, get focused. You got a really big game next Friday night.
Yeah, we've only had one play or one drive offensively that didn't end in a touchdown. So we can't do a lot better than that.
Javen Lindsay, the ball carrier, knocked out of bounds. Couldn't really see it from my perspective, but the Mustangs could have got hit with a late hit out of bounds. It was just kind of a pile that piled up over there. You got to be careful because 2 weeks ago against Claremore, we did get hit with that, with a late hit out of bounds.
Absolutely cost us there. You're going to see some new faces getting some playing time. Dylan Murphy getting out there.
Bo Barrett.
And that's good. And you're going to see the clock. We're down to 5 minutes here in the third quarter. The clock is going to be continuously running even when there's penalties and no matter what at this point with this score in high school football. Try to double move.
How about that? An interception, number 88 for the Mustangs, Dylan Murphy.
Right on cue. Right on cue.
You can tell when the defenders catch the ball and take off running. Like, they don't try to juke. They try to run you over.
Yeah, they're just going as fast as they can from point A to point B.
And he didn't try to juke nobody. He just wanted to run him over.
I think you get a little shot of adrenaline, Blake. You just feel like you can run everybody over.
Yeah, I think – and those defensive guys, you know, normally they're not the guys with the football. So it's like dreams come true on Friday night when that happens.
Yeah. All their dreams are in their hands. They're like, I'm going to do this.
The only thing better to see is when a lineman gets the football.
Yes, I agree.
That is just – it's just mayhem. It's everyone they can hit with the footballs. That's what's going to happen.
Blake, I can tell by the body language, things are good on the sideline. You see Colin Schrader kind of dancing along with the band. Mustangs have their heads held high.
Yeah, they're really feeling good, and it is good. It's a really good confidence booster for us because a big win, and we're going to go in a big game that I think we have the potential to shock some people around the state next week. I really do. I believe in our football team, and this really helps us. Hopefully we have a good week of practice, you know, next week, and stuff rolls the right way next Friday night.
Around the right side, not a lot there. Looks like about 2 yards on the carry.
Good job by the
Mustangs will
Cleveland
send some
defense
guys
there.
in.
Yeah, 53. Wrangler Dix rolling in. Ryan Tunison at wide receiver. Braxton Davis at wide receiver. Again, you're going to kind of see kids rolling in and out now.
A.J. Jackson, Abram Jackson, the running back for the Mustangs. He popped one for a touchdown his last outing. It's a handoff again. Not a lot there this time.
No, but it took 3 or 4 to get him down. Number 81, Davin Shondell, going to get some more snaps.
Got a chance to talk to Ashton Wright, and he's been trying to sneak on the field in the receiver slot.
Yeah, they've called him back a couple times.
Hand off to Mr. Jackson around the right side.
Oh, just going to trip him up. Going to be just our second possession where we have to bring out the punt team.
You know, and actually this is a good opportunity. We kind of screwed up. You could say that was one of our flaws in the first half. We had a bad snap on the punt. and we didn't get that field. So it'd be good to get a nice clean punt off here and kind of work on that as an aspect. You haven't got to do a live punt situation in 2 weeks, and so it's good to get, freshen up.
Nabe Morrow is the punter for the Mustangs. It's a good opportunity just to make sure you execute in all 3 phases of the game. He will receive the ball at 30-yard line. Won't try to return it. Number 12 was the return man for the Cleveland Tigers.
That was a great punt, and you remember last time he punted it, went over his head in the end zone, so glad to get that cleaned up.
Scott Kennedy, the return for Cleveland. 2:29 left play in the third quarter. As the Mustang sideline will move to the other side of the field. Defense is on the field, and Cleveland will take over first down and 10. Mustangs on top 48-0.
Lots of fresh faces on D. We'll try to call them as we get going.
Oh.
Ooh, late pitch there. Kind of an option look. Big hit. Big hit by that's Bo Barrett.
Scott Kennedy was the runner there. The running back, the ball had been pitched to.
Number 73, Kaiser Kilpatrick, about blew that play up in the backfield.
So it's second down, about 4 for the Cleveland Tigers. Interesting story about Cleveland and this series between the Mustangs and the Tigers. Hand off around the left side, nothing there. Actually gonna.
Good job there by Brady Evans. We called his name a lot tonight.
A couple of years ago on our broadcast, we did a segment called "Where Are They Now?" and had the opportunity to interview some alumni from back in the day. One of those guys was a quarterback named Tad Jones. Tad actually got recruited by Ole Miss. Spent a season down there, came back, was a quarterback for University of Tulsa. Actually, one of his trademarks, he beat my alma mater, OSU. He's like, yeah, I beat OSU. OSU was a team on the rise back in the day.
I got to meet him, super great guy.
Yep, he is actually one of the head guys over at the Will Rogers birthplace in the museum.
Nice throw and catch there.
Pass complete on the left side to Cody Sizemore.
Good job by their quarterback there. He got hit right as he threw it.
The Mustangs had been average at football at best. And Cleveland had come to town a night much like this, and they were up, I think, like 28-0. And Tad can tell you the story. If he's listening, he'll probably correct me on that.
Yeah, I've heard that story a few times, but that halftime speech?
The halftime speech of "Tell me you believe." I believe. Say it again. Do you believe? I believe. And Tad will tell you that moment was a defining moment for Oologah Mustang football. In the next decade, they would go to the state championship game 4 times. The next year, they would be undefeated through regular season, lose in the first round of the playoffs, just kind of shocked by Poto when they came to town. It was crazy because they had been number 1 all season long. And a lot of those guys that were on those rosters back in the day will tell you it was that halftime speech of "Do you believe?"
Absolutely.
So we appreciate Cleveland for playing a significant role in the history of of the Thin Red Line.
And again, the time's going to go quick. That running clock in the high school, when the score gets in this out of hand, so to speak, that clock's going to run, so it's going to go quick.
8:42 on a beautiful Friday night in Oologah. Mustangs have been able to do a lot of things well tonight. Gives you an opportunity to get some younger guys, get some very important snaps. You could be an injury away from next man up. And so a lot of those guys tonight and there's just something. Practice is great. Scrimmage is important, but there's just something about real speed, real game action that just kind of helps a player mature and kind of get that game clock internally in their head.
Absolutely. You can practice. Nothing. It's kind of like taking a test. Nothing shows what you've learned. Nothing cements what you've learned, like game reps.
Second down and 9, 11:55 as the clock is ticking away in the fourth quarter.
They did this in the very first play, and they tried to catch us on a trick play. Yep, they're doing it again, and he's wide open. Thankfully, we got some pressure. It went through his hands.
He'd like to
I feel like Tony Romo there. I literally called the play, Blake.
Yeah, that's a little unfair, though.
Unfair?
Not
the
you,
fair's
no,
in
I'm
2
saying
weeks.
For Tony Romo, I'm saying for
Tulsa.
Tony Romo.
I agree.
I mean, he's kind of got the whole playbook.
That's true.
And he gets all week to study, and all he does is watch football.
I mean, you're calling it for the other team, too. He just called it for the Cowboys. I mean, you're calling it for the opponent. That's pretty good.
Fun fact, I got to meet Tony Romo. My brother-in-law coached at Eastern Illinois when he was there. He was really good.
Can only imagine what a Tony Romo would do at Eastern Illinois. Pass complete the right side.
Break all the
Number
records.
3, Jaden Denham.
I saw him almost beat Kansas State back when they were really good and they were ranked.
First down and 10 for the Cleveland Tigers. 11:01. Clock is ticking away. Homecoming. The parade is Thursday night the 6th. Parade's at 5:30, I believe.
Sounds about
6:30.
right. Don't get me lying to you. I live my life a couple days at a time. But we'll have a parade. We'll have kind of the block party out here in the parking lot. Some of the community members will get involved. We'll have hot dogs and drinks and just have a lot of fun. And we have the first annual Hall of Fame.
Hall of Fame, the inaugural banquet. You can buy tickets, purplepass.com/Oologah, HOF. The HOF stands for Hall of Fame. And I believe tickets are $35 a piece. Would love for you to be there. It is limited seating. And so if that's something you want to go to, you better make up your mind and be there. Just an incredible class of folks. And I got to be a part of that kind of selection process. And it was just really, really fun to read the articles, hear the stories. Of course, a lot of them were before my time. A lot of them were after my time. And Oologah's got a great tradition of all levels of activities. We've won 2 state championships in jazz. One was back in '88, I believe. One was last year. And lots of speech and debate trophies in the trophy case.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun to hear those names. I nominated some names, and just to see the people in the community come in and want to talk about that has been really cool.
Our FFA program, one of the best in the state. Uh-oh. That's never good when it's that late.
I think there was a little extracurricular after the fact. Didn't like the way we climbed off the quarterback, perhaps.
And sportsmanlike on the Mustangs. So
Yeah.
that'll give them a first down.
Unsportsmanlike means you get to come over and talk to Coach. Unfortunately for him, his coach is his dad, so that goes double bad. I've been there. Love you, Dad, but it's always a little worse when you're related.
First down and 10 with 8:30. The clock is rolling. 48-0. The Mustang defense has pitched a shutout tonight. And they ain't about giving any of that up anytime soon. Mustangs show blitz, handoff, go to the left side. Got hit in the backfield, but he'll break away.
I know from talking to Coach Rowe in the past, I promise you, Coach Wagner, that putting up a 0 on the scoreboard is a big thing. Something to hang your hat on for sure.
He'll pick up 5 yards. Yeah, because when you're up like this, you know you've got 2s and really a lot of 3s on your depth chart that are playing. And so it's one thing for your starters, your guys that carry the heavy lifting of all that. It's another thing for the younger players to come in and maintain that and keep that scoreboard, keep that goose egg up there.
Yeah, keep that intensity and execution at a high level is the challenge when you just don't have the reps. So they're doing a good job so far tonight. 8 minutes left here in the fourth quarter.
Second down and 6. Screen pass to the right side. He's going to get close to the first down, but I think he's going to be just about a yard short.
Tackle by Davin Shondell. Looks to be holding his arm a little low. Hopefully he's okay.
Mustangs are running lots of guys in and out, trying to get reps. And, two, you don't want to risk at this point. You want your guys to get their stats. You want your guys to make their tackles, get their carries. the same token, you got a lot of football to play, and, boy, you don't want to lose an A.J. Streeter. You don't want to lose a Joseph Griswold. You want to protect your guys that you're going to need all of them all 4 quarters next week. Handoff up the middle. He'll get the first down. Gain of 2. Not sure why the clock is stopped. I guess to move the chains.
Yeah, he's back judge is telling them to wind it.
Yep. It should be.
They got it. You don't get this situation every week where you have a running clock. Again, if you look for something to do tomorrow, our band will perform at 9 o'clock sharp. Not in the a.m., in the p.m. Brent, it might be after your bedtime, but it's a good time.
I will be here, my friend. I get the joy of being the PA announcer for the Stallion Battalion finals.
Always made that trip. It's a fun time, fun night. Great competition.
5:55 left to play. Mustangs on top 48-0. It's an interesting thing. We've remodeled our press box. Had a lot of leakage. It was opening windows that would open and they leaked, and so we've gone in with solid windows. It's had to have that conversation with John and Dave. Hey, your judges won't be able to hear the way they have the last few years, so he's down.
He's down, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I think they mentioned putting them on the ends and opening the windows, perhaps.
We do have a window on each end that opens, and some of the guys may get up in what we call the crow's nest, but I do think they will appreciate the air conditioning.
They will. It is, after a brief respite yesterday, it has gotten hot again, so they will enjoy the air conditioning as we have.
Beautiful clear night here. 79 degrees. Tomorrow is going to be a high of 95. So it'll be warm while bands are trying to march. Quarterback just misread his receiver. The intended receiver was number 10, Corbin Bennett. Incomplete. That'll bring up 4th down. Be curious to see if they try to get in the end zone or if they're going to put 3 on the board.
Didn't get to watch them warming up to know their capabilities of their kicker. Looks like that'd be about a 30-yard field goal. A lot of times you'll see him go for it in this situation. Not a whole lot of positive coming from a 3-point field goal.
It's 4th down and 5. Ball marked down at the 13-yard line. 4:20 as the clock ticks away. Mustang defense shows blitz. He's under pressure. They're going to bring him down. That'll give him an automatic first down.
If you're not familiar with a horse collar, it's when you pull them down by their pads behind their neck, and it's just a dangerous play. You used to see it in the NFL a couple times a year. They blow a knee, something, and definitely a play they're wanting to get out of the game.
Yeah, it is dangerous.
It's not intentional. You just grab it.
Yeah.
You can grab the jersey, can't grab the inside of the pads, and that'd be half the distance.
And that'll be a new set of downs, so it'll be 1st and goal from about the 6-yard line. 3:38 left to play. Your defense, you thought you'd got out of that situation. Quarterback around the right side. He's going to get all the way in. Oh.
Defense didn't recognize who had the ball. Took a big shot once he reached the end zone.
And they had a lot of eye candy going there. They had a couple of guys in motion and a couple of guys cutting up the middle and just really kind of, you catch a linebacker distracted, and it creates an opportunity for the quarterback to run it in.
Absolutely. Bringing the kicking tee in. They're going to try to kick it. Makes the score 48-6. 3:16 remaining here in the game.
Number 4, Poto on top of Fort Gibson, 31-7. Wagner, 59-0 on top of Skiatook. Cushing, 34-0 on top of Miami.
He's going to drill it. 48-7. 3:16 remaining, and the game seems to be clicking away. It's because second half we've had a running clock.
So you got 3:16. Your offense will have another opportunity. You actually get a couple of first downs, and you're headed to the locker room. Lincoln Christian on top of Berry Hill in Class 3A, 14-7.
Lincoln Christian and Coach Marley doing a great job there. Graduated with him. He's their athletic director and football coach. Actually, I fibbed. He's at Rejoice. You said Lincoln.
I said Lincoln U.
My bad. Misspoke.
3:07 left on the clock. Mustangs will be back in kickoff receiving formation. Be curious, yeah, they're going to kick it away from Burchett.
Oh. I think he got it back. Stroke of good fortune there for Brady Evans. Or no, that's Ty Cherry.
What do you call it when the train comes through? What time is it?
It is valedictorian time. If you've ever been to graduation, every year but once. I've done 5 of, well, apologize. We had a graduation in July, but the 4 that we've had not in July, we've had a train 3 of the 4 times right at valedictorian speech time. And it's kind of just a part of who we are, so we take a step back, let it go.
You'll see that all day long tomorrow. Bands will be performing, and you just push right on through them old whistles.
And and legally they have to hit the horns and the whistles at every intersection. You hear them all the way till they get north of Talala.
Play clock has not started. The game clock does continue to run, and it's at 1:50. So Mustangs really could.
Yeah, just a couple of snaps here.
Hopefully Blake, if he can get the chance to get to Wagner. Don't know, they have some tradition on the sidelines after a ball game, win or lose. And off around the right side.
Another 11 yards there for the Mustangs on the ground.
Braden Stovall.
Stats are going to be hurt a little bit by the running clock, but definitely put up some numbers tonight.
.109 left in the ball game. Stovall again, not a lot there.
Good job by the Tiger defense there. Good sportsmanship there by number 65. That is Luke Sizemore, big senior defensive lineman for the Tigers. Tackled the man, picked him up.
Second down. 43 seconds left. Stovall going to get knocked backwards. Actually, they knocked his lineman into him, and there's just no place to go. Wade Peters is actually one that bumped him backwards. Wade's a sophomore.
We don't have to snap it again. I'm not sure if we will. I don't think we will. I think Coach Wagner said no.
Yep. They put their hand out, and let's shake hands, guys. So how about that? Mustangs able to get it done tonight in great fashion. 48-7 will be our final. We're going to take a quick timeout. Don't go away. When we come back, it'll be our post-game show right after this on the Mustang Network.
How you doing?
Hey, Mason.
Hey, Mason.
Thank you.
A place to make my own, a place that I call home, this place that I call home.
Well, there you see on the field that post-game shaking of hands. The Mustangs in big fashion tonight on top of district rival Cleveland, 48-7. And so you want to celebrate this one tonight. A lot of things went well for you. Tomorrow morning when you wake up, you've got to turn a page.
Absolutely.
I know the coaching staff felt good coming into this. They honestly feel good going into district. Those pre-district games went 1 and 2, but we played some big schools, some really good teams, and some of that didn't go the way you wanted to. now it's an even playing field. Now you're playing 4As. Now you're playing rosters the same size as your rosters. A lot of guys are having to go both ways. And so I don't think they're going to walk out overconfident tonight. I think they knew what was coming into town because you've got a behemoth next Friday night. And honestly, the guys that I talk to in the sports world, Wagner's good. Wagner is consistently going to be good. They feel like they might be a little bit down this year. But Blake, as an athlete, how important it is tonight to celebrate this and then turn the page because you've got some work to do starting tomorrow morning.
You've got an uphill challenge to go tomorrow morning, and it does start tomorrow morning. You know, recovery is super important. We've got to be as fresh as we can possibly be going into next week. You know, that they're a really good football team, and the fact that we have to go there and play there, that just makes it that much harder and gives them a little bit more of an advantage. So we've got to be ready to go. It's really good we've had such a great week this week. You know, a good 2 weeks of practice, came out, responded really well to our first district game, put up a lot of points, and really got the ball rolling quickly for, you know, hopefully another win next week against Wagner.
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely played well on all three sides of the ball, offense, defense, special teams, but not perfect. So I think it gives you enough to stew on when you start tomorrow. I think they'll enjoy this tonight. They'll enjoy it tomorrow. They'll bring the players back in on Sunday for film and a recovery lift, and that's when it'll all start. And there's enough there. There's enough meat left on the bone to coach them up and to get prepared for next week, and it is a huge game.
So what this is going to do for your stat sheet, even in the first half, you had 6 guys that had carries and carried for double-digit yards. This is going to spread your stat sheet out because even in the second half, A.J. Jackson got a touchdown. Brian Stovall got some significant carries. It's great. It's giving those guys some younger opportunity and just momentum. I mean, just momentum. We've seen it, man. Something happens in that 3rd, 4th, 5th game of the season. Those are so crucial. You take a couple of losses early, and the psychology of it gets between your ears. And so tonight, the Mustangs, they felt good coming in tonight. They feel good going into district, and I think this capitalized on what Coach Wagner has been saying. Buy into the system. He talks so much about small things, details, character, doing it right. And, man, he's got a huddle of Blues jerseys down there of guys that have bought in. And tonight's scoreboard shows the fruit of that when you put the work in.
100%. As you mentioned, we're playing teams like us now. I think that helps a lot. And we really spent those 2 weeks shoring up, going back to basics on a lot of things, whether it was tackling and fundamental stuff, and it gave you a chance to do that. So we made good use of the bye week. And today was just the payoff of that. But like I said, there's plenty of, whether it was penalties and things like that, to stew on and to coach up. And I'm really looking forward to next week, besides the fact that we'll be outside and we have to take a generator and we got to basically make it run with baling wire again. Blake doesn't know about that. I'm looking forward to it. I think we got a shot, and I think we're going to come out and play well, and it's just a matter of who will play better and who will make less mistakes.
I'm really excited about this campaign. I just really am. This team – I feel like they've got some good things going for them. I feel like they've got some guys on both sides of the ball, and you're going to see some really fun stats come out tonight. I'm excited to talk about them on the radio here coming up in a little bit on 1170 a.m. So, Blake, your thoughts?
I think that you guys have kind of said it. You know, we've had some penalties. We've had a few mess-ups, nothing that really hurt us. We played a really good game, offense, defense. We saw a lot of guys flying to the football. Nobody came out lethargic, and that's big, you know, being a distance learning day, being off for a week, and we just looked really good. We looked like a Mustang football team, and it's just really exciting. Like you said, this campaign for the districts is very exciting to see.
Well, they have broken the huddle down on the sideline, so I'm going to give Wagner just a second. Maybe, Blake, you can have the opportunity to just kind of catch him, get his thoughts on that. The final score tonight, 48-7. The Cleveland Tigers come to town. They've still got some work to do ahead of them because this is a district game for them. All of these teams would like to finish in the top 4 teams of your district because that means playoff implications. If you can finish in the top 2 of your district, and that'll be a tough row to hoe for the Mustangs because Wagner's in this district. Cushing now number 1 in 4A. They're now a part of our district. But, man, I think they like their chances. I think Coach Wagner likes his team. I think he likes his guys. And I think it'd be fun to host a playoff game.
Yeah, it would be great. Haven't done it in a while. Been since my first year here. Before we get Coach Wagner, I want to give a shout-out to the varsity volleyball team. They went 2-1 today, and they'll start back up at 9 a.m. Good job, Coach Pye and the varsity volleyball team.
And you've got softball makeup games tomorrow as well, right?
Yeah, softball makeup game at Cleveland. Mentioned that at noon. So looking forward to that. Some district play. Beat them once. You play them home and away. So looks like Blake has Coach Wagner.
Take it, Blake.
All right, Coach. Big win tonight. Well, we know that there's a big game next week and a big opportunity for the Mustangs. We'll say it like that. Very excited. We saw a lot of good tonight. What are your thoughts?
I'm proud of our guys. I mean, I thought we played pretty clean football. We had a couple penalties. Even before they got that one, we had a horse collar. We had a lot of 2s and 3s in there, and those guys played pretty well. We actually had a personal foul before that. So we had 30 yards in penalties, kept the drive alive. I wanted to see those young guys get a big stop right there. That would have been exciting. But, yeah, we're 1-0 in district. We got a big football game at Wagner next week. We need to turn that thing into a rock fight. That's how you beat those guys. And we need to have a big prep week. They probably have a state championship type defense. I don't know that their offense is quite playing at the same level, but they got some dudes that can go. So we're going to have to play really well defensively. And offensively, we got to stay on the field. Even if we end up punting some, we burn a little clock, get some 1st and 10s and flip the field and stay in it. But I like our guys. We need a good week, and we're excited about next week.
Thanks, Coach. We're excited. We'll see you next week.
Well, Coach, congratulations. Go into the locker room. Enjoy this one with the guys. Tell you what, a great crew tonight here to make this broadcast happen. We've mentioned that we've got some new equipment, so new equipment is learning curves, but I can't say enough thank you to Rick Fisher tonight for getting us up and running, and then Brett Wigington runs the camera. New camera guy tonight. Mr. Harris in the house. So Brett wanted to know if he could tell Mr. Harris what to do, and I said no. You can't tell the teacher what to do. So anyway, for Blake Salt down on the sideline, the color analyst, high school principal Kevin Hogue. My name is Brent Kellogg. Ladies and gentlemen, we hope you have yourselves a wonderful Mustang weekend. We will see you next Friday night on the road at Wagner. And pregame will start at 6:30 and kickoff will be at 7. You guys have a fantastic week. We'll see you next Friday.
Be safe.
At Advanced Homes, we embrace your individual style and work hard to design a home that fits you and your family. With over 25 years in the home building industry, Brian has an excellent ability to take your individual ideas and turn them into amazing blueprints that become your dream home. Advanced Homes is built on a lifelong influence of family in the construction, real estate, and land development industry. Our business is founded on a family orientation that exemplifies quality workmanship, value, confidence, and Christian values. With Advanced Homes, your custom-built home will be one of a kind. Give us a call about our new gated community, Captiva Point, with new secluded 10-acre plots. Captiva Point is located on Lou Ridge Road with 5 boat ramps within 5 to 15 minutes. Advanced Homes. Give us a call today at 918-855-6597 or check out all of our properties on Facebook or our website, advancedhbi.com. Advanced Homes. We don't just build houses, we help you build the home you've always dreamed of.
A water faucet with clean water, a reliable car on a busy day, a faithful dog, and reliable insurance. They're there when you need them. Coach Jason Brown and Chalkline Insurance is your local insurance agent. After 20 years in coaching, Jason is using that work ethic to take care of you and your family. Chalkline Insurance is locally owned by a name you know and backed by an agency with more than 30 years of experience. If you own it, we can insure it. For all your commercial, home, rental, auto, and recreational insurance needs, give Coach Brown a call at 918-789-3848. Chalkline Insurance, your local insurance agent in Oologah, where character creates connection.